Hey!
Hey!
Happy Thanksgiving! No, we did different ones.
Gobble, gobble. Shit. Here we
Gobble
are.
Gobble's a peeve. Already with a peeve. I got a peeve already. I don't like Gobble Gobble.
Okay.
What do you stand on Gobble Gobble?
To be honest with you, I don't think I've heard anyone use it so freely until right now.
Oh, I should have seen my ex. Gobble, gobble. All right. Well, you guys can both get stuffed.
I have yesterday.
Yeah, I think he wanted to. What the hell?
yeah.
Well, we're joined by one of our good buddies, a comic we love. Give it up, Matteo Lane.
Hey.
Happy Thanksgiving. The
Happy
perfect Thanksgiving guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not related to Nathan.
No, but someone said to me at a restaurant the other week, this waiter came and was like, I'm such a huge fan of your work. I love you, Nathan Lane. And I said, you know what? I said, that's wrong, but honestly, it's right.
Yeah.
And then he gave me a discount. He was like, but sorry for messing up your name. It's the Nathan Lane discount. I was like, okay, work.
There you
Wow.
go.
I love Nathan Lane. I'll take
I do
Nathan
too.
Lane.
Yeah, he's
any
a legend.
day.
Birdcage, baby.
The Birdcage is one of the best movies of all
Huge.
time.
Take that, bros. All right. Just kidding.
Well, how about, dude, Guys and Dolls? Isn't he Nathan Detroit in Guys and Dolls?
I know he's in the producers.
He's
I know
in
he's-
Guys and Dolls as well.
Guys and Dolls from like the 50s with Frank
they did
Sinatra.
They did a redo with Nathan Lane.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Guys and Dolls, because he's got that very, I can see what's happening.
Yes.
Haven't
Wow.
got a clue.
Ooh.
Wow, now I'm gay.
That's all it takes.
We'll switch seats. I want some of that.
All right,
I want
get
some
in
of that
here.
voice.
It won't help your career, apparently. All right, we'll talk about that later. Sorry, that was off mic.
I know if I was straight, I would have already won an Oscar.
Really?
I'm teasing.
Speaking of Twinks, can you hand me a Twinkie?
Yeah.
Thank you.
These are not shaped like Twinks. though.
Wait, are
do
they
you mean?
pumpkin spice Twinkies?
I don't know.
Oh,
hey, by the way,
good question.
Dan Soda, we tried these for you. They hated
Awful.
them. I thought it was decent.
No,
Steaks.
they're
liked it.
Steaks, too
I like-
overkill.
I like the normal sweet tarts. These are awful. And
All
nerd
right.
ropes are great. So don't try and come
Sure.
for nerd ropes
ropes
and be
are
like
good.
sweet tart ropes. Grow up.
Are these pumpkin Twinkies?
No, I'll tell you right now, but they don't look like it.
I don't know. I don't like Twinkies. I did try the pumpkin Oreo and it was very good.
You get one of
Oreo's
these
getting
around.
cocky.
Oh, dude.
Oreo's everywhere. It's like Oreo's really. What are they doing? I saw mint
They're
Oreo.
like the pop heads. Oreos are now like the pop heads of flavor. It's just like, do you know what I'm talking about? Those like pop heads with like every character is like one of those pop head action figures. Am I the only nerd here? Okay, sorry. This reference is not.
Oh, I know what
hitting.
you're talking about. It's very Asian. It's like a Japanese thing.
Yes.
Yes.
It almost looks like a Hello Kitty, but it's like it could be anything, like
Right,
X-Men or
right.
like
Those are cute.
They are very cute.
Yeah.
You
But-
I've
remember-
had two fans make me them, and I'm very easy to do because I'm just Freddie Mercury's head and Storm's body.
That was,
from the
remember we
X-Men.
did like a roast battle thing. It never aired. It was on Crashing.
And why didn't they air that?
They didn't hear that?
They didn't air it.
No, and I'm still credited for crashing. I was like, they took me and Sam out.
By the way, they
Wow.
said we had to cut you for time. I'm like, it's HBO. There's no commercials.
That's a great point.
And then, so
favorite.
one of my lines of Mateo was,
you.
"You look like you got Freddie
you.
Mercury poisoning." This is when you were skinnier, though.
I
This
know.
is before you were jacked.
Before
So that
I
line.
had all my muscle.
Now you're shredded.
That's a
Man,
great
shredded.
joke. And you ran those by me, and I was like, these are great. You're going to kill it.
I
And they
forget what
didn't
my
air it.
jokes were. Do you
You had
remember?
some good ones. You had one about like.
I'm not a good roaster.
You were good. It was funny. You had something on me about like it was something like Sam loves basketball and you can tell because he's tall. His career's going to end in his 30s and he's never met his father.
That's pretty
Whoa,
good.
That was a
that's
good
great.
one.
That's a great joke.
I think I had one on
I
you. It was
probably-
like Mateo. He what was it? It was
I'm very
Mateo's
easy to
from
roast.
Brooklyn, but he spends all his time in Queens. That was one. We had fun.
That's a
I had fun. I love roasts. But I'm bad at. I'm easy to roast and I'm bad at roasting.
Right.
It was on TV, so I was like, "I'll tell you," because you were nervous. I remember before, and I was like, "I'll tell you all my jokes about you. Nothing's mean."
Right. I had a roast that I wrote because they asked us to write roasts for Pete Holmes.
Oh,
and so
God.
my roast that they said, which I still think was funny, and I love Pete. I'm friends with him. But I said, Pete, why does your face look like the third version of the Mrs. Doubtfire mask? I thought that was kind of funny.
That's good.
Toodaloo!
I had one they used on him. I think I gave it to Jamie Lee, where it was like, Pete's a born again Christian. Pete, Jesus isn't coming back, and neither is your wife. They both got nailed and are in a better place.
God, Sam.
That was mine. Yeah,
Man, you
a
got
good
to
one.
keep that in your back pocket.
just reuse it.
Yeah.
For anyone, yeah.
Twinkies are fucking good. I haven't had one forever.
I wonder why they
Let me-
last.
Give me have a Twinkie. I'll try it. I haven't had a Twinkie in so long.
it's been about an
Grazie.
hour.
What are these we're drinking, by the way?
Yeah.
Biju?
So today we're drinking kind of like the trendiest cocktail in the last month and a half or so.
Spagliato with a splash of Prosecco. A Negroni Spagliato.
Exactly.
So
Do you guys know that was that famous that was going around?
No.
Oh, so the girl in Game of Thrones, the new Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, she meant to say Negroni Spagliato, which already has Prosecco in it. So for some reason it took off online. She was like, my favorite drink is a Negroni with Prosecco Spagliato. Like, she just said it wrong.
And now it's everywhere. Like it just blew up the internet, and like every bar has them. Because people are asking them.
Because of this actress?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's been around.
This is good.
It is a pumpkin?
I don't
think it is. It
It is. I don't like Twinkies.
What? These went through the Holocaust. Can't they last 10 million years or so they don't
It's
go
like
bad?
cockroaches and Twinkies.
Yeah.
Share.
That's how you know it's not good quality food.
I know.
Thank
It's just couch cushion and shit.
I was trying to be on my diet, and here I am sitting in front of a bunch of. I ate everything in
don't
Italy
get a
last
diet,
week.
dude.
No, I did a lot. I was smoking cigarettes, drinking.
You smoke cigarettes?
Only in Italy. I'm one of those. I'm one of those white women. It's like, it's disgusting, and then the second you get there, I'm like, I'll have a cigarette.
I was vaping like a motherfucker the other night because I'm out with my agent Gab, and she just takes a vape out in the bar, and I'm just like, I guess you're drunk, so you're just dragging it all night.
But is it a nicotine? Is it
Nicotine.
hookah? Oh, okay.
But it was like some
Never
weird
as satisfying as cigarettes.
Flavor. No,
No,
Never.
Cigarette will hit you.
Yeah, it's old.
Did you guys
school.
ever smoke?
I've had a few in my
Yeah,
day.
drinking, smoke. You know, never.
Yeah.
Like, never. I was never like I need a cigarette sober.
Yeah. I'll do anything when I'm drunk.
And we're neighbors.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Don't pick up if I call. Don't pick up. Get married.
Oh my God, you got married.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Unless you got cold feet.
Yeah, well, we might die down in New Orleans.
You think so?
Well, we're going to go hard, I'm assuming.
I'm getting there a night early.
Good. And I think you're flying out the next morning.
Oh, it's gonna be rough.
That's going to be real rough.
Yeah,
But
that's gonna suck. I'm gonna try to get a later flight, but I'm going straight to South Carolina. I don't have a lot of options.
that's
No.
true, but it's not too far.
I know, but the options suck.
Yeah.
You don't want to drive the 6 hours either.
I don't want to drive ever.
No,
me
you can't
neither.
drive.
You're so New York. I love you. You're such a New Yorker.
I can't
Because as
drive.
someone from Chicago, it's kind of fascinating and exotic in a way to meet someone growing up in Manhattan.
But you
It
have
just-
public.
I agree.
But you have public
Yes,
transit.
but nothing. You were like 13 getting on like the 456. That's crazy to me.
Younger than that, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is wild.
This is disgusting too. Pumpkin soda. We got to try pumpkin soda.
No.
Crack
ew.
it. You need an opener? Oh, all right,
I already got
twist
Gary
off.
Veter.
Same size.
That's fucking rough.
With the fixins? Hold on. Get y'all get your fixins. Where did you find this shit? Clan rally?
Why pumpkin is overrated?
I'm gonna get sick, you guys. What is this? Pumpkin. So
It's just
pumpkin
sugar.
pie by
It's the
Lester's
McRib of
Fixins.
spices. It comes out once a year.
That's right.
That is disgusting.
That's not good. You see these? There's that place in Cleveland, right by Hilarities. It sells like 500 of those different flavored things. They have like
yeah.
vomit flavored
really?
pumpkin
Like
soda.
the Harry Potter beans. Remember, like the beans that had all those flavors. The other.
Boy,
yeah,
you
yeah,
are
yeah.
a nerd. Holy
am.
shit.
I
I
know.
had no idea.
I wasn't a big Harry Potter fan, but I mean, I just tried watching Lord of the Rings, the new Lord of the Rings, because I'm watching House of the Dragon and Lord of the Rings, and Lord of the Rings was really terribly written.
I never watched it.
They spent $1 billion on this show, and it was a flop.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Now I'm like
So this is the new Lord of the Rings.
It was like Amazon did a TV series, and it just was terribly paced. And ew, really, Mark, you like it?
Give it a little kick.
That's
Yo Spagliato. The House of Power was great, or House of Dragon.
Oh, is it good?
I loved it. I'm very much.
I never watched Game of Thrones.
Oh, it's fun.
It's
Every-
good. You know what? You're
everybody-
on the road a lot. You should start watching
I might
it.
start, but you know what the problem was? I really started getting pushed to watch it the last season, and every week they were like, "You got to watch it." And then after every episode came out, they're like, "It's the biggest piece of shit I've ever
Right,
seen."
it got way worse towards
Yeah.
the end.
Just the last few.
No, I heard it's great. I
But
gotta
if
watch
you're
it.
like, we're all on, I don't know if anyone travels more than us three. So it's
Yeah.
like, if you're on a plane, just watch it because it makes the flights fly
Yes.
by.
You know what I was just watching again that like I'd never finished, so I started from the beginning and I started watching again is Atlanta. It's really good.
I never watched
Atlanta's
Atlanta.
great.
It's such a good show.
Great writing.
Donald
watch it.
Glover's fucking good.
Donald Glover,
talent.
he's great.
Yeah.
He's great. He
It's
can
like
rap,
it's like
write,
Black Louie.
sing. Yeah. Yes,
but about
that's
music
perfect.
and not comedy. But it's like that type where it's like one episode could just be like anything.
Yeah,
I just started watching The Office again.
Oh, still
Comfort.
good.
I love The Office. I got into
funny.
it during the pandemic.
Yeah, and
You never watched it before?
No.
wildly
Wow.
offensive when you watch it. You're like, whoa, that
Yeah.
was a retard joke, or that was a gay joke, that was a black joke. Like they went for it.
Early seasons.
And it was NBC.
The episode where the Oscar was gay and then Michael was like kissing him. I mean, even even as a gay guy, I was like, oh, this is so painful to watch. It's so Michael is such, but he's like, because George Costanza, I'm obsessed with Seinfeld, but George gives me agita. I get so anxious watching George, but for some reason Michael doesn't in The Office. It doesn't
Right.
give me the same
Yeah, I
kind
wonder
of.
why that is.
Well, it's so over the top. He's,
Well, I think
he's
the problem with
cringe.
George is that Larry David really did a lot
Right.
of this shit. Whereas with Michael, you're like, well, this is an insane. That's how they get away with, or at least got away with that type of behavior where they're like, well, this is clearly an imbecile.
Right.
But that's
Right.
comedy. You should be allowed to
Yes.
make characters like that. And I do think it's harder to make even like an anti-hero. Like you couldn't make Eastbound and Down now.
You don't think?
No way. No one would make that shit.
Well, it's the same with All in the Family. You got a racist. He's the center of the whole show, and people are like, you can't have that. But like, he was the punchline. He was the
but
butt
it
of it.
worked because and then you have the over-the-top liberal
Right,
son-in-law.
exactly.
Maud. That's where B. Arthur came by. Where it was discovered with Maud.
Oh, that's right.
She was the sister, and she came in, and then they were like, "She's so good," they gave her Maud.
Yeah. Same with Frasier. Frasier was a spin-off of Cheers.
Oh, that's right, off of Cheers. I
Frasier's-
never got into
Frasier's
Frasier.
so good.
I
It's pretty
never.
good. I think you would like it.
Dude.
But it does seem like they're all gay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just like-
it's a very gay straight show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, it was like Will and
Niles
Grace before.
is-
It's like Will and Grace with no butt to
it was,
butt.
It was
right?
high society, but that's gay.
Will and Grace is also so. Oh, Leslie Jordan just died. Will and Grace. I met him once.
Really?
He could not have been any nicer. We did a gay cruise together, which I'll never do a cruise again. I absolutely hate.
What's a gay
cruises.
cruise?
Isn't
like?
it just a cruise?
It's just, literally it's the worst part. Yeah, it was pretty horrible.
Cruising.
Cruising, it just because. Have you seen that movie with?
It's been a while with Pacino.
Yeah. So offensive.
I got all my gay knowledge. Was that movie?
Was from cruising.
Yeah.
This is more fun than family Thanksgiving. It's going to be by a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I love my family, but this is more fun.
Yeah, I know. Thanksgiving wasn't a big thing for my family. Well, because it was my dad's side of the family. My mom's the Italian Mexican side, so my dad's side was just the Irish white side, and so and I love his family, but they're not as many or interesting, So all my cousins and I were just like missing each other on Thanksgiving because we're like we can't be with each other, and then. Obviously, Christmas was all Italians. That was fun. But
That's
Thanksgiving
way more
was always like just kind of American food and not fun.
Oh, man.
I'm
loved
going
it.
to catch a lot of flack for this. I think we should just do Chinese food on Thanksgiving.
Whoa, easy, Jew.
I love it.
What
Really?
the hell? Are you crazy? We got the turkey. We got the stuffing. We got the gravy.
I don't
the
like
green
turkey,
bean.
and I do not like stuffing, and I don't like
Turkey
gravy. I
stinks.
said it.
There's a
Gravy
turkey
does stink.
shortage.
What?
There's all these turkey problems. Just
No.
get, or at least
Turkey's
let's
dry
start
and
slow.
bad.
Gobble, gobble.
Dry and
Gobble,
bad.
gobble.
Kind of like my last relationship.
No, that was my last relationship.
This thing on, but at least we'll start it slow. We get a side of General Tso's in there, maybe some mushu, a couple egg rolls.
You're like China. You're inkling in slowly. Your troops are at the gates.
But very like I love Chinese food, especially,
So do I.
and I'm the because I get mad at people when they don't know what real Italian food is. I know I'm the dumb American that has no idea about anything about Chinese cuisine.
Oh,
but
besides
there's a
what's
New
in
York.
Manhattan.
There's a style of New York
Yes,
Chinese.
yes.
food.
very
Yes.
much so.
Sichuan around in this neighborhood, dude.
It's pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
No, I and you have to get like something like General Tso's chicken. You have to get in the restaurant, otherwise it comes too soft. You know when you order it online,
Oh, yeah.
it comes like mushy.
Reminds
but,
me of
like,
the
you
last
eat it
relationship.
also same.
Yeah,
But,
don't order it online.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
But I'm not a big fan of. I know it's controversial. I'm not a big fan of turkey or gravy. Mashed
That's a
potatoes
dry
I
meat.
like.
Turkey.
This
I
is-
like deli turkey. I don't like
I'm hanging out with ISIS here. Come on, we
I
gotta
like-
have turkey. We
I-
gotta have stuffing, green bean casserole.
No,
candied
not that
yams.
goddamn green bean casserole.
I do like the marshmallow yams on the top.
Marshmallow
Why don't you
yams?
put these on, you fucking 8-year-old? Jesus Christ.
I like when someone makes macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Mac
I like-
and cheese is overrated too, unless it's got the good
Get
bread.
out.
If
You've
get
never
the
had good macaroni and
bread,
cheese.
The breadcrumb crunch on
No,
it, I'll give
hold
it to you.
on. I'm
but
calling
if it's just
Kanye.
soft,
That's
if it's
white
just
people
soft-
marry-
Kanye, get in here.
Kanye,
That is white people macaroni and cheese. Real macaroni and cheese does not have breadcrumbs on top. No one wants breadcrumbs on top of their
agree.
macaroni
I want
and
a
cheese.
crunch.
Because the cheese is supposed to be so cooked on top
okay, but-
brown.
that's your crunch.
Okay, then that's acceptable. But
Yeah,
I think I've had a
okay.
lot of mediocre mac and cheese.
I will take you
All
to a
right.
place that's got great mac and cheese.
Take me.
Yeah, there's restaurants that just do mac and cheese.
Smack.
That's the one.
It was
Smack
overrated.
is all right.
I've never
was
been
all
there.
right.
Although, can I say something really? I mean, also controversial. I do still love Kraft. A box of Kraft
I don't
mac
mind
and
Kraft
cheese.
either.
It reminds me of college.
Yeah.
My friend from Italy, Alessandro, was like, "I don't understand why your cheese is orange and powder, but it's very good."
Yeah.
I'm like, I know it's not bad.
You're freezing it, you know? yeah.
I
It's
like
good.
it, but I if I have a cheesy craving in New York, it's like pizza every time.
Sure,
Of course. Now, what kind of pizza do you guys like best? Because I'm born in Chicago, of a super Italian family, now living in New York. So.
I love Chicago pizza. I prefer thin crust.
I got
though.
Chicago pizza with you for the first
We
time.
got Giordano's. No, we did
Luminati's, yes.
Luminati's was good.
Illuminati.
Yes.
But it's a day ender, that type of pizza.
Oh,
you have two
yeah.
slices. You
You're
want to put a
wrecked.
rope around your neck.
Yeah.
But you're so heavy after that shit, it would break the rope.
It's
you know what I mean?
fentanyl. It just does.
It's terrible.
Break the rope.
No, it's I like thin crust cold oven. We just went to Arturo's last week. It was like
that's a
me,
classic.
Liz, Rachel, Keith Robinson, and we
Keith.
we had fun. We got Arturo's. We got I love Joe's.
Joe's is good.
Joe's for like a late night slice. I love John's. We've done John's before.
John's is good.
classic.
John's on
Bleecker.
On Bleecker. I've not gone there yet.
Pies only, no slices.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
their thing.
I could get down with that. I had a slice on. It's on the Lower East Side. I want to say it was like another famous place. Krista Stefano's
Oh.
picture was on the wall.
Really?
Yeah. It was all Dagos, all Guineas, and I was
Yeah.
like, there's of course Krista Stefano's like, I fucking love this pizza. It's so fucking good. It's my favorite. My daughter loves it. Fucking Titi loves it. Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
I know Lombardi's.
Lombardi's is good.
Or
It's good, but it's a little overrated.
Best pizza
Yeah.
in New York, which is a Naples pizza, is Ribalta on 12th
Ribalta's
Street and
good.
Broadway.
We went there together.
I don't know that
Yes.
one.
And it's
You
I
took
brought
me there.
Andrew Santino there too.
Yeah.
Only
he
Dagos.
like it?
He loved it. He's
Okay.
such a
Good
wop.
pasta there too.
Really good pasta.
Yeah, we
Really
did it
good
up. We got to
pasta.
go back there, man.
What's it called? I want to go.
Ribalta.
Ribalta. All right.
Kitty corner to the Strand.
Oh, all right. Great.
But everyone's from Italy.
Ooh, I
Even
like
the
that.
clients. Like it's all Italians.
Okay, because Joe's is all Mexican now. Have you been to Joe's?
Yeah, of course.
It's all.
That was the old Michael Che joke. Remember Michael Che had that bit where he's like, I want some authentic pizza brought to me by Mexicans.
Yeah, that was great.
being both Italian and Mexican. It's what's funny is like if at restaurants where there's Italians and Mexicans working with each other, or Italians and at least Latinos, is the mix of Italian and Spanish. It's like its own language,
Right.
Because they're so similar, and you can hear this like it's like they're just about to do some kind of documentary. It's literally this made up language in these restaurants that the Italians and Latinos are.
Oh,
speaking with each other.
really? They combined them.
They combine the languages, which is great. This is Ribalta.
Okay.
This is like they have two types of pizza, but like the individual style, like the ones above, are like a dock is what I get on the right.
Doc, yeah, that looks good.
What
That's
do
all
they
I
have
need.
there? What do they have? Ooh, a broccoli rabe on a pizza with sausage. That sounds pretty nice too.
They also have
yeah.
great meatballs, really soft. Not
Ooh,
like
I
you know
like
you
that.
have some. What did Martin Scorsese's mother say? You take some, you throw it against the wall cracks.
Yeah.
Really good dessert. They have something called.
Dude, I didn't realize Scorsese's had like 5 wives, by the way. Did you
Is
know
that
He
right?
has.
He's had like, I think maybe at least 3. Maybe
Really?
Also, Dennis Hopper had like 5. All these guys from Hollywood, you're like,
Scorsese's kind of shocks me. I just went down a Scorsese rabbit hole the other day on YouTube.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he
He
seems
fucking
like such
partied.
a family guy. Really?
Yeah, big
oh my
Coke-
God, in the
Coke guy.
fucking 70s and 80s, he was like
What?
uncontrollable.
You know what?
yeah.
Good for him.
Hell yeah.
How many
He
wives?
married Isabella Rossellini.
Yeah, dude.
Gorgeous. Beautiful.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Helen
5.
Schermerhorn.
5. And
Not
he dated
all.
Elena Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
She's in a few of the movies.
I think he dated or at least slept with Liza Minnelli. I'm not kidding.
He did. no doubt about
Yeah, he
it.
was banging her on a movie he was. I think it was New
it
York,
was
New
so
York,
fun.
right?
Maybe, or King of Comedy.
Wait,
that
so
wasn't
the Mars
her.
Capone,
That was Sandra Bernhardt.
I think they're both in it. Oh, maybe you're right. You're right.
that is it's whipped mascarpone with like sweetened. I can't describe it, but it's great.
Oh, boy.
It's really 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 good.
All right.
Love
Hey,
Ribalta.
is that your favorite dessert, mascarpone?
Yes, that in New York City, this is my favorite dessert.
All right. Well, James Corden will hate it.
What did he do?
He went to.
Balthazar, which, by the way, I'm a native New Yorker. I've never been to Balthazar.
I went once.
fine, it's
I went once.
fine.
It's
not great.
It's a thing. I think.
It's a scene.
I was drunk walking by with a friend the other day, and he's like, "We have to go," and I was like, "All right, all right." And then I was like, "But I hate being like making forced plans."
I also hate waiting in lines, and there's always like
line?
huge lines around, unless you like know somebody or I don't know.
Yeah, and the Real Housewives are there. I was there once. I saw Jared Leto. Fun
He's
fact.
so hot. He looks fucking great. He's like 50 or something, and it looks like
know.
he's 29.
Yeah,
Would you?
Jared Leto?
Would he?
Are you
Come
fucking
on.
kidding me? If he was like, eat my shit, I'd be like, yeah.
You'd eat his poop?
No, I wouldn't go that far, but you know, I'd at least consider it. I mean, he's hot.
That's how you know you're hot.
Yeah.
When you're like, "Would you eat my poop?" and you're like, "Give me 5."
Yeah, it
Let me
depends
think.
on what
yeah. Let me call my friends. Let me consult.
All right.
Jared Leto.
Don's list. That's-
Doesn't he look fabulous? I mean, he's looking a little like right there.
He's getting a little Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, holy shit.
He's transforming
Yeah,
slowly.
I feel like he doesn't have a gender at this point.
Right.
Like he hasn't picked it. Oh,
Damn, he's
Never
fucking
mind.
ripped.
He's a
back.
guy. He's ripped.
All right, he's back.
Did you guys hear about how he found out about the quarantine and pandemic? Because he was like doing a retreat in the desert in Nevada or Arizona or somewhere for like 3 months. And then
course.
came out in the middle of it, having heard nothing about it, because there's like no cell phone
Oh,
service or
wow.
whatever. It's just like a little cultist shit that he's doing. So he came out and he goes, "You know what? I'm not doing this. I'm going back in." He just like retreated back into the desert.
Wow.
That sounds like
Whoa.
a nightmare.
Yeah, I know.
A desert. Like everyone who goes to fucking Burning Man, I'm just like, no,
Who
thank
are
you.
you? Who are
Miss, you? No, Mary.
Oh my god! I was just talking. A girl was messaging me. She's like, "I got to tell you all. Let's get a drink, and I'll tell you all about Burning Man." I was like, "I'll get a drink with you if you promise not to talk."
I know. Because Sam, that's
the
the most
deal.
interesting thing that
Yeah.
she's done in her life. That she wants to
Exactly.
tell you about shitting in sand and having sand in her fucking armpit and nose and vagina.
If you went to Fire Festival, I'll listen.
all
All right. If it's Burning Man, I don't give a fuck.
I'll tell you, I had chlamydia twice one year. They called me Bernie. All right.
yeah.
To Stefano got
Chlamydia
it
doesn't
3
burn
times.
as bad as
Really?
gonorrhea.
Stefano got chlamydia 3 times in one summer.
Oh, he beat me.
The summer
him.
of Chrissy.
Ah!
Gonorrhea is worse than chlamydia.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
yeah,
By
yeah.
a long
You get
shot.
some, what do you call it? Discharge
Oily?
with the Ghana.
Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks again for that.
Yeah, no problem. You said you needed sugar, and one thing led to another.
So Jared Leto, who else is like a
Yeah,
like
who's
a
your
hot
top-
celeb?
Oh, that's a
Top
good
list.
question. Hot celeb. You know who I used to love back in the day was Eric Bana.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a hot guy.
I thought he was fucking
Dude, and he's
hot.
Munich, so he's
Munich.
fucking up. He's like a badass Jew, so extra points. for
Oh,
him.
is he?
Oh, have you not seen Munich?
I have seen. I
That's a
didn't know he
great.
was
That's a
Jewish.
great movie. No, he's. Well, I don't know
I'm
if he's
thinking of
Jewish,
him
he's
in
playing a Jew.
Troy.
Oh, he's playing.
Type in Eric Bana in Troy. This is when he was like, I was like, Ma, I remember being like, he's so
Where
hot.
did he go? He kind of went away.
I think he's probably making like better films, but like,
Ah.
Yeah, let's see what he's been up to.
Oh, yeah, he's a hunk.
yeah, he's
kinda-
really hot.
I
Holy shit.
mean,
He's like a manlier Hugh Jackman.
why were we even
Jackman's
looking
pretty
at Brad
manly,
Pitt in this movie?
Oh, just because he can sing, he's fucking Wolverine, dude.
Ah, good point. Good point.
It's enough of. I'm done with Wolverine. It's enough.
Really?
It's enough already. It is
I haven't seen
enough.
Logan. I hear it's great.
It's fun.
No, I don't care about that fucking character. I'm a
What do you
huge-
want him to be doing? More music?
I
man?
want like let's get Storm
Jersey
right.
Boys.
They've got like 7.
Storm.
Don't Mark, get out.
You are.
Hey.
This is the gay Marvel corner.
This is the game.
Storm.
Gay dudes love Storm. Why is that?
I was
Because
in
she was-
Katrina.
Because she was like a drag queen kind of. She was so over the top. Like
Ooh,
every time they
that's
would
it.
use her powers, they'd be like, "Storm, can you open the window?" She's like, "Winds rise and sweep the thorns." Like she was a sorceress. She was
Right.
dramatic. She had the hair. I mean, amazing.
I'm
And then
so wet. All right, that was a rain joke, but
Halle Berry fucked up that character.
Why? She was.
Because she was just like.
It should have been Angela Bassett. I feel like that's what they were.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
But now she's in
Yeah, yeah.
Wakanda and Black Panther, so we can't. Now you can't mix it.
can't mix
He
the
can
worlds.
You know, what's his name? Brolin is Thanos and Deadpool, right?
Excuse you?
Wait, you're thinking of Ryan Reynolds is dead?
No, he's Cable in Deadpool.
Oh,
He
shit.
is.
Yeah, he's like the main villain in Deadpool 2.
Come on. Like,
All
Oh
right.
damn! Well,
Why
you know what?
can't you do
Maybe
both?
because
I can hear the vaginas drying out there. All this nerd talk.
but all the
No
dicks
idea.
are going up.
Yeah, I guess so. All right.
Demographic: would you guys have more men or women listening?
Men,
to the
for
show?
sure.
Yeah.
Men for
I
sure.
think 2 are probably gay.
Yeah.
They're hosting the show.
Get over it.
My demographic is mostly men. Although on YouTube it's more women.
Really?
Interesting.
I think because I cook or something. I don't know.
Yes. My lady will suck up any cooking stuff.
Really?
Loves to cook. British Bake Off, all that
Obsessed.
shit. Yeah.
Obsessed.
But yeah.
The plight of a comedian.
You got to bitch. Bitching's part of the job.
That's
agree.
I love complaining, and I hate when you hang out with normal people And they're like, you complain a lot. I'm like, God, I miss comedians.
That's New York energy too. It's not just comics. It's New Yorkers. This is how New Yorkers relate to people. You complain for 30 minutes and then you go, but life's good.
Yeah.
That's how we talk to each other.
And we get
I
it
agree.
out. And it's more fun to complain than going, life is great. How
because
great is everything?
I hate. There's no sense in being false with one another. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like
exactly.
we're all like everything's wonderful and great and grand. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, humans...
I've collected a good crew.
Just make the bitching somewhat funny. I mean, that,
Yeah.
my mom
Yeah,
gives
that's
me
the
shit
key.
because she goes, all you do is complain, and now you have a peeve section on your podcast. You're monetizing your whining.
Hell yeah. That's called comedy.
I love your mother.
I mean, what do you think, Seinfeld and all that? Like, Patton Oswalt has that great joke about, he's like, it sucks. I love my wife, which is not really funny. Hey, cuddle time. Love you. Hugs and kisses. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Complaining is funny.
And my crew of gays are very, very funny, bitchy, mean to each other type of people.
What?
And-
Gays?
yeah, that's true. Gays are pretty mean.
No.
In a fun way. In a fun way.
In a fun way.
New York gays, at least, are culturally sassy, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think just like we sort of run this town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Broadway.
Got Broadway. We've got all the West Side,
Yeah.
and it's also funny. Like dead of winter, there's still walking around with an iced coffee. That's gays.
I'm never an iced coffee
Me
guy.
neither. I'm always hot
peak
coffee.
of summer,
Me too.
I'm still hot.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the gays are interesting because they get labeled as like wussy, twink boys, but they've Irish. What is that? Hell's Kitchen used to be like Irish gangs, and now it's all gay. Mm-hmm. They won. The gays beat them. The Village, Chelsea. Yeah, you got the whole West Side.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
The gang stepped back for a sec. They're like, they're making this area pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck the gangs. Gang bang. Let's go all in.
Yeah.
Bang.
What?
I
So
assume that.
what
happens.
other actors other than Banner?
Can I throw
Michael
one
B.
out?
Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a
is
hot guy.
like
Yeah, he's a hunk.
I can't even look at him. It's so hot. Like that kind of face.
Yeah.
You're like, I wouldn't even know what to do if you were in the room with me. I would literally jump out a window. It's like too good looking. I don't know.
That's cool when you get a gig where you just have to be in shape. So he's just got trainers all day,
Yeah.
making sure he's ripped for like another creed.
Yeah, what am I training for?
Yeah.
Pictures on the.
I guess
Oh,
so.
yeah.
I haven't done those kind of photos in a long time. Now I just do comedy.
Ooh, go back to the pics.
Look at him. He
Come
is-
on.
I don't feel anything for Hemsworth.
Really?
Why not?
The
I
I think,
ladies love him.
I think they're beautiful, but I just no Harry Styles.
No?
I'm not into Harry Styles. I think I like what he represents and I like his music, but like as a sexual, like, do I want to have sex with Harry Styles?
Why is
I don't.
Because he's a homewrecker?
Yeah. Or and also with The Rock. I'm
I'm
not. He's
Why
hot.
not The
I
Rock?
understand
He's
hot.
basic.
Is he basic?
Yeah, he's just boring. I get nothing. He doesn't seem interesting.
Okay, Brad Pitt, of course. I mean,
Sure.
beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Idris Elba, yeah, I could. Yes, I could.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I think Idris Elba's.
Oh my God! Look at Michael B. Jordan. I mean, he is like the hot. That's fucking hot.
He's got like an 8-pack.
What is his arm doing on the right?
I
Like,
know. It's bursting through that sleeve.
I mean, it does look a little photoshopped. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Ooh, you would know.
Yeah, dude, we all look the same shirtless. Come on, fuck
Whoa,
that shit.
how did he make it in?
Paul Rudd.
He's like 50 something.
Jewish.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hey, score one for the tribe.
He's
I'll tell
my-
you, we're all right. You know.
He's my
Henry-
number one.
Really, Henry?
If I was going to go for a guy, that would be
Really?
my guy.
top or bottom?
Oh, he's got to be a top. I would take the
I
hit.
would check your sources.
Oh.
Really?
I'm kidding. I have no. I'm kidding. I have no.
You are sassy.
I have no. Clue.
That was sassy as fuck.
Speaking of Game of Thrones, I just hated Aquaman so much. I have no respect for him.
Oh, wow.
I was watching at Stav's place one day, and we're just watching. I was like, damn, Amber Heard is really hot.
Not that wig.
She was.
I
Not
like
that,
that
like-
red hair. It's kind of
Oh,
sexy.
yeah.
Oh, it was
like it.
awful. That wig was worse than that divorce trial.
Mm-hmm.
Zac Efron, who fucked up his jaw, almost died, and I think had to get reconstruction surgery,
How?
and
How'd he do
probably
that?
got some like other fillers, something to
Yeah.
even out whatever happened. And people just read him for filth. They were like, "He fucked up his face. Look at his fucked up plastic surgery
How did he
face."
fuck his jaw up?
He ran into a wall or something and like his jaw dislocated.
Damn.
And then he like made some comment about it. He was like, "Yeah, I almost died, but thanks for making me feel like shit." And I was like, "Okay, work."
Interesting.
Jason Statham,
Yay or nay?
nay.
Nay.
He's pretty cool, though.
Fine.
The accent?
That's all it took?
I don't
You
know.
can do worse.
George Clooney is so. This photo is awful.
Yeah, he's young.
I mean, he
here,
looks. This
Is
is
he?
an awful, awful photo.
Really?
Well, it looks like one of those, like, I don't know, Anne Leibovitz, like a child gave birth, we're putting it in a flower type photo. Like, what is this?
Right.
That's a weird one.
I hear
It's a
ya.
weird photo.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable. Robert Downey Jr., I do not think he's attractive. I like the
Wow.
smoking.
Okay, you like a bad boy.
Jared Leto, we've discussed it. I said yes.
Is he your
Not
number one?
No. But
Who's
he's
number one
He's up
famous
there.
dude?
Probably Michael B. Jordan is. I mean, that is.
Yeah.
I also Bradley Cooper's hot, but also I'm just not like. I don't know. Sometimes we're told people are the hottest men on earth.
I hear
And I'm
that.
like, are they?
I agree. There's a lot of ladies like that too.
Like who?
Well, they tell you like Julia Roberts is so hot. I'm like, she's pretty. She's like a pretty lady, but I'm
She's
not
very
like,
beautiful. Yeah.
I'm not like there's no sex appeal with her to me.
Really?
Yeah, I just think she's like a pretty lady. I wouldn't say she's. You don't want to throw her down and give her the business.
I met Johnny Depp. I was for some reason I was at Jimmy Kimmel. My friend was working there or something, and when you go in, I went through the back, and he was outside smoking. And this must have been a rough time in his life because he was a little heavier than usual.
Oh boy!
But when I walked by him, he was smoking, and I thought to myself, that person would be a perfect Johnny Depp imitator.
Oh.
But they might be a little too like unkept,
a little doughy.
because I was so used
You
to.
walk up to him, you would be a great Johnny Depp if you weren't so fat.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And it's not even. It wasn't. It's not. I'm not using the word fat. It's just I was used to one Johnny Depp, and he looked very unkept.
Wow.
And I think it was during his
He's stressed.
drinking.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Amber
which is-
Heard's not the only one throwing shit. All right.
That was wild when she shot the bed. Anyway, so it was funny that I walked by him. He's very attractive. Like young Johnny Depp is very
Oh,
Insane.
Hot.
Gorgeous.
Oh my God.
Gorgeous.
Ed Wood?
Yeah.
He gave me Ed Wood.
We were all thinking the same thing.
Thank you.
Good actor, really seems to care, all
It's
right?
kind of a fun. Is that it? That's the end of the list.
Oh, Cho-Cho.
He's good.
I don't think I know who John Cho is.
Harold
What was
and
he in?
Kumar, he's in a ton of stuff.
He's in some.
Oh,
Columbus?
I know him.
Cowboy Bebop live action. That's the-
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I think that got.
He looks good in a fucking.
He's handsome.
I think he's a handsome guy.
yeah, he's handsome. Ryan Gosling, cute.
Cute.
And fucking great in The Nice Guys. Come on.
Leonardo DiCaprio is a little. I don't quite get it.
Well, he's aging out a little bit. He, as a kid, he was. Well, that sounds.
Gorgeous.
bad,
Wouldn't it be funny if he
but
just went the way of Brando and just got super fat, but was still fucking everyone?
He might go there.
He could go there.
He could
and
totally
he'd still
do it.
He could be like Apocalypse Now Brando, and we'd
He'd
be like,
clean up.
whatever.
Yeah.
So when you're a 22-year-old Victoria's Secret model and you go on a date with Johnny Depp, you know the expiration date. Like he only dates 20-year-olds. So
Leo, you mean?
You're talking with Leo,
yeah, Leonardo.
Yeah.
That's all he dates.
Yeah.
right?
Because then it's like then they breaks up with them. Once they reach like 26 or 27, it's like done.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, do you think like the girls are thinking, well, I'll just go along for the ride. This is kind of a credit, or like
Sure,
I'm gonna
credit.
change him and marry him.
Probably a little of both. I think there's a lot of. I get to bang Leo. That's on my resume now, and I bet it's like a comic. With a bad crowd, you're like, I'll get him. There's a lady probably like, I'll get him to.
You see the
to
comic,
last.
a comic you respect bombing before you, you're like, they don't know how to reach him. I'll turn it around.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Mark,
no,
how do you handle like when like a really bad heckler, like not even in a fun way, just keeps like kind of fucking up the vibe?
I hate it. I go nuts, and I've been getting that more and more. Like I'm getting now. Do you guys get? I'm getting the super fan who's so excited that he's
Yes.
ruining the show.
Yes, I
So-
just had that, and I kicked him out last week and a couple weeks ago in Dallas.
Drives me insane.
Front row.
They're like, I love you. You're great. I'm a fan. Like, all right, you're ruining me.
that's what you get in Texas, honestly, because you get a combo of like the best people and just animals. Like you get, because
Right.
like Dallas, Houston's another one. Houston, dude,
Going
they
to
fucking,
Austin.
well, they party in Houston.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So you get that like fun guy energy. So part of the crowd's like the best crowd you've ever had. But
Yeah.
I had one dude, the whole show was like, please just take a picture with me. I'm like, now?
I know.
And I was like, fuck it, just to shut him up. I like take my mic, I would go down, I take a selfie with him. And then he just keeps going. I was
Yeah,
like,
you
God
rewarded
damn
bad
it.
behavior.
I did. I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
I go to great lengths to not get someone kicked out.
yes.
I don't want them to get kicked
I
out.
do.
Really?
Because what bothers me is I'm on stage. My biggest thing, I don't mind if someone's like, like the worst thing to me is if I'm in the middle of a bit and someone's talking at me, it fucks up it's like music. It fucks up my rhythm.
Same.
And then I can't get into the rhythm and then I'm stuttering and now I've lost the rhythm and the connection with the crowd.
Yeah.
And it's like, because this guy won't shut up. And I'll say, I'm like, if you don't stop talking, like, I'll give him a warning. I'm like, hey, I know you're excited to be here, but just like, I'm letting you know, like, you're talking, it kind of messes me up, blah, blah, blah. And if they keep doing it, I'm like, you got to go.
I give warnings too, but I really, really don't want. I feel for drunks. I really do.
I don't.
I've been there.
I do not.
Well, Mark and I drink more than you, so I think there's a part of us that's like, we've been that young drunk kid. So I think there's.
Then this is where they learn their lesson, how to hold their liquor.
Maybe.
Otherwise, you're rewarding bad behavior. And the next comedy show they go to, they drink even more. Because I just got the worst message ever. I'm sure you guys hate this message.
Let's hear it.
I'm coming to your show in DC next week. A bunch of friends.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I'm pregnant and it's yours. But okay.
A bunch of friends and I, we're going to get wasted and come to the show.
I get that all the time.
I hate that.
And I wrote back, I said, okay, just letting you know they will kick you out if you disrupt the show.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote back.
People, there's this weird misconception that a comedy show is a party. You know, like the Burt Kreischers of the world, we're all going to, take our shirts off and, fist pump and do shots.
And that's the after party.
That's the after party, yeah. But I have a set. I got a performance I got to do for
Well, we're working on
an
it. I think
hour.
people see the videos. I'll say most of my crowd's very well behaved that comes out to see.
I mean, you have some wild people in your
But
crowd.
I do. But I also, you have to realize, I record every set and I do a shitload of sets. So people think that, but I just do so many shows.
Yeah.
So what is that? 1 out of like 10 shows is a weirdo.
Sure.
It's nothing. Maybe
It's
even
nothing.
less.
And you get the clip.
And you get a funny clip to promote shit where I don't have to burn material. But no, I think they're actually, my crowd's really well behaved. And we have a similar
Mine too,
crowd,
by the
probably,
way.
you know?
I'm
mine too.
very well behaved.
Oh, dude, I just did your show and they were awesome. That was so fun. But yeah, I will get that occasional message. People are like, it's my friend's birthday. Can you roast him? I'm like,
No.
I don't know anything about roast him.
I know. I
That's
hate
like
that.
for your close friends.
It's a kind of narcissism.
It is.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
a real narcissism. I always say to people when they interrupt shows, like there's 600 people
Yeah.
and one person. I'm like, my go-to line, because we all have go-tos. I'm like, I will point them and say, I want everyone to see this is what a real narcissist looks like. That's my go-to.
It's so
line.
loaded coming
That's
from a
great.
person holding a microphone.
Isn't that shocking? How
so
ironic.
loaded.
But it's true. I said so many people flew here or got babysit. Well, not baby. No one has kids at my shows. But I'm like, the people came from long distances, and you came here and thought tonight's about me. No one else has behaved this way, but for some reason it's okay by me. So everyone, this is a real narcissist in
That's
front
good.
of you.
That's good.
It's a good title for a special, though.
Real narcissist.
A real narcissist. At least we get it out in a healthy way.
That's
We're
true.
getting it out.
I guess so.
And we
I
just
think
were
so.
entertaining.
It's
Yeah,
entertaining,
you're
and then
right.
you can kind of shut off and be a person. I think that's not bad.
Because they do like seeing like what's going on behind the curtain.
Oh,
like,
they love
once
it.
you stop like the performance
Yeah.
aspect and you get really real, because for the most part they really do think like we're just talking off the top of our heads.
Right.
So when you're really getting real, they're like
Some of it's
"Come
off the
on."
top of our heads. You
Right.
know? I mean, no one show is the exact same as another show.
No.
Not at all.
Ideally, it would be. But yeah.
But
'Cause then you
also,
have to-
but you know what? I kind of like being thrown just a little bit.
Just a
'Cause
little
it
bit.
It keeps you from going on autopilot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just a hint. Even
Yes.
you want it to be different. I feel like it's bad for your brain to do the same
That's true.
show.
I'm forcing myself now. I said, I know I have my hour and I'm just doing the first 25 minutes are just new material.
Well, good for
Because
you.
I just can't. And it's the best to do on the road because
Yeah.
everyone's excited. And stuff like that.
Exactly.
But I'm like, I'm so sick of my jokes.
I heard a comic once say, if you have a joke where you say, so 5 years ago, but just the next time say 4 years ago, and the time of that say 6, because it makes you not go on autopilot, because you have to remember to change it.
I heard stories that David Tell. I'm sure he still does this, but he would have a tag that killed, and he would just do a different tag every show.
Yeah.
and people would be like, "You have it. It works. Why?" And he's like, "Well, I just want to try it." I mean, it makes sense. It keeps you present. It keeps you looking for more. It keeps
Yeah.
your brain
Isn't
alive.
that strange that you're in front of like 1,000 people and you're like you're fighting with yourself? You're like, get into it. What do you like if you go on autopilot, you're fighting the autopilot.
I
Do you know what I
know.
mean?
Oh,
Not that it
yeah.
happens often, but the times that it does, and you're like, isn't that strange?
But
Like,
we're not Broadway actors. I mean, this isn't a scripted show. I mean, look, there's a script that we break. It's almost like more closer to like a Curb episode than it is where you like you have
a good
you know
way to
where it's
put
going to
it.
go and you have lines. But I think you do have to keep trying different things,
You do.
or you'll get
I
bored.
agree. Yeah, that's for sure.
I was trying to run my hour in Dallas, and it was like I had 6 shows, and I was like by the 4th show, Caitlin Palufo, who's a fucking amazing comedian.
Love her.
Tough
We got to
follow.
get her on here.
We gotta get her
She'd
on,
Be,
yeah.
She drinks too. She'd be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
She's so amazing.
Killer.
And,
Yeah.
Killer. And fun to hang with. Great
Super
hang.
fun.
Um,
Yeah, we did a gig together a while back, and we had a ton of fun.
oh, she's the best. She's
like,
the best.
like an old sailor. She'll
Yeah.
throw him back.
Yeah.
Parties.
But the
And she
last 2
kills.
shows, she
Oh,
kills.
yeah.
She
Hard
fucking
follow.
kills. And it's good though. I like that too. I'm like, she's murdering right now, so good. I gotta step up my pussy.
Yeah.
I gotta get up there
dude.
and really try. But the last 2 shows was like, fuck it. I just took out my notebook of the shit that I'm working on at the cellar, put it on stage, and just did as much as I possibly could. And it was like, you get off stage, and I'm like, I feel like I have a soul again.
Yeah.
Like it just fills you up so much.
I know. What I do is I do a full 45, 50, and then I do a Q&A, and I can tell they're like, oh, we can relax a little. Because,
I was going to ask you about that. Do you just say, like, ask me any
I
question?
go,
kind of
thank
thing?
you. That was the set. They applaud, and I go, you guys have any questions? And I say, shout out a news story or something.
Yeah, I
And
do the
then
same thing. I've been doing it for a while because I'm just like, I get bored, and it's
You
a
get
way.
bored.
It's a way to scare myself. Like,
Yes.
can I do this?
Exactly.
And I
like
remember
that.
opening for Dave when I would open for Attell. He would bring me up on stage, or whoever was opening, because he would get bored. And I think it was a way to like challenge himself and be like, I can, make this work. And with news stories, it's a way to be like, all right, I read the news.
Yeah.
I have an angle on everything. I don't have a bit, but I at least have a way. I have an inkling
Yes.
of where I could go, and that's enough
It's
to
fun.
guide you and to scare you into trust that muscle memory. Like I'm a comic. Let's fucking think of a joke on the fly.
Yeah, you're on your toes again.
And I love that.
And the crowd is so invested. They're on the edge of their seat like, oh, what's he going to say? Or what am I going to yell out?
Yeah,
Like,
I
they
think
love
that
it.
too. They're like, should I say the thing? I should
Yeah.
have. And then asking their friends, like, should I ask this? Should I ask that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what it's like? It's like you're a power hitter and the pitcher's throwing the ball all over the place. And there's like a ball over here and a ball over here. But every
Right.
once you get one right down the fucking pipe and
right.
you just destroy it. And you get that extra love.
Yes.
Because they're
'Cause it
like,
was
holy shit.
spontaneous.
I just shot a
land-
crowd work special, but I called the advice special. So I did just
When
that.
is that
I said
out?
it should be November 20th. So maybe by now, but who knows?
on
On my
youtube.com
YouTube channel.
/ Matteo Lane.
Yeah, Matteo Lane. And it was shot beautifully. We did it at the Village Underground. We did 2 shows back to back, but the first show was like, we got
Was I
it.
on that one?
You were the second show, which I'm going to do something with also.
We had
because
fun.
I had a blast with you.
You didn't know I knew that much about musicals, did you?
Well, then I'm like, oh, you're New York and Jewish. Like, of course you do. Like, you know what I mean?
Point.
But
man.
it was like kind of like that where I said, just ask me ask me a question, I'll give you advice.
Yeah.
So instead of me being like you, they started shouting. Of course it's all gays.
Right.
So it's not just going to be like, I think my boyfriend's cheating on me. This one guy was like, so I'm sleeping with this guy and he lives on the floor above me, but he doesn't speak any English and he told me that he has to stop seeing me because he needs to get closer to his wife. I'm like, this is great. Like I
That's
spent
cool.
15 minutes
Yeah,
on
we did
him.
Q&A at the end of your show. That was so fun. Mm-hmm. It is fun to do that because it's like,
It is testing our skills in a way.
Yeah, like, am I actually funny or can I just write some stuff? And it's fun.
but I think you get into this because you're naturally funny, and then
Right.
but there's 2 types of comedians. There's comics who are like in their head,
Right.
kind of writer types, and there's people who are just like on all the time,
Right.
right.
And then there's some people who have a little bit of both.
Glassman.
Rick Glassman, shout out Rick Glassman.
Funny guy.
I think I always like, because I know, like, do you go to coffee shops and write?
No.
Like, do you go
I used to all the
I can't
time.
do it.
I don't have a fucking free minute anymore.
Yeah,
it's
tell me about
crazy.
it.
You need to rest.
Really?
More. Yes, because you and I are going through the same thing. And he texted me later, he's like, I'm exhausted. I said, same. Don't put in at the cellar. Come home and do nothing for 2 days.
Right.
Just 2 days to do nothing.
2 days. Oh, that's crazy.
I have to. I've been fortunate.
days.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, you go to the gym and have sex or something.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, I should do that. I
but
should do both those things.
you should. The way I grew up with all my cousins and stuff, everyone is very witty. It's very one-uppy. Like everyone one-ups each other. Here, Mark, take mine because I'm not gonna drink. And
I'll do another one.
so I realized like
Your family's very cool.
they're obsessed with.
We met in
obsessed with
Chicago, and they're so nice and warm.
And they're very funny, and I think now I'm like, oh, when I'm on stage, I write the best because it's like the same sort of bouncing off energy.
Yeah.
So that I need an audience in order to write.
Interesting. Yeah, I've gotten not so many. I've probably gotten like 5 bits out of the riffing. It's good. It's good for you.
Did I make this too serious about comedy?
No, I love it. Hey,
we
man,
can
we
talk
go
about
up
it
and
all
down.
day.
All
right.
I think this pod it
How
should
do I get
have
to talk
ups
about
and downs.
stand-up a lot? It's great.
Well,
you guys
no,
are the
we-
best stand-up. So
Hell
I get
yeah.
to talk to you guys.
Dude,
about
I love watching you because you're always doing new shit. So I'm pumped to see the special. This is gonna be cool.
My special that I'm hopefully gonna make in January. God knows what's gonna happen with it. But my hours, I'm very excited about my hour. But the crowd work special, it was like I had a fucking blast.
Yes.
It was amazing.
I can't wait. Those are fun, and those do better. People like those better, I think, than
Yeah, I think so,
written
too.
stand-up.
It's like freestyle rap versus
Yes.
like an album. They're like, holy shit, they came up off the top of their dome there. It's like it's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, it's like a bar fight versus a boxing match.
MMA,
It's a bar fight.
MMA. What is it? MMA? MFA? MMA.
Yes.
What do you have any
Martial
peeves
animal.
lately? Is anything bugging you a lot lately?
I'm traveling a lot, and I hate sick people on planes. I was just flying back from
bugging
Italy
me too.
because it's like it makes me so. This woman next to me on the plane was coughing like she should be in the ICU.
Really, that's
I
the
mean,
worst.
literally, and she did have a mask, but I kept putting that air thing to to blow, like to defend myself.
Just the noise is
But also too, it's like you knew she was like sick.
Yeah,
I was like, bitch,
yeah.
you knew you were this sick, and you got on an 8.5-hour flight.
This
like,
is how Ebola started.
I know.
And then you can hear the gurgle. There's that phlegmy. That's when you know they're really sick, when it's like wet.
yeah.
that'd be a short sketch. Just like you're just sitting there, kind of reading your paper, and the person just like, and they just die next to you.
I do the thing. I
Let
give
him
the
die.
gay look of disapproval.
Yeah.
So every time she coughs, I do the. Because I want her to know she made a mistake.
Damn.
She shouldn't have done that.
gonna
I
get
was
whiplash.
so mad.
No, I do get
thank
annoyed.
you.
I do get annoyed.
Gracias.
Sick people on planes.
I was pretty
sound
sick
like a
on a flight
complete
recently.
monster.
I was really
No,
sick
no.
coming back, but I was like, I don't want to make that noise. I was like fighting to not.
Did you wear a
cough.
mask?
I had a mask on.
Yeah,
I was.
yeah.
I didn't have COVID, but I just don't want to get people sick.
Sure.
I just had a really bad upper respiratory infection.
Yeah.
I was sick as fuck, and I'm just like, just wear the mask just to not
Yeah.
get people sick. But
I had an allergic reaction. I ate an octopus in Spain once years ago, and it.
Is that gay code?
Honestly, that's the straightest thing I could have ever said. Is that I had octopus in Spain.
this is like one of Hemingway's early works.
Yeah, right.
It was 1874, and I had octopi in Spain, in the Liberian, and it caused a rash all over my body. I had like a really bad reaction, and the girl next to me like kept like going like that, like I was gonna give her leprosy or something. I'm
Right.
like, bitch, it's just an allergic reaction. I looked like a freak. I mean, I
Wow.
looked like people were like, oh, like
Yeah.
flight attendants were scared of me.
Yeah, well, the coughing, in the words of Theo Vaughn, since COVID, coughing is the new N-word. You know, like when
Wow.
someone coughs, you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
But if a black person does it, I'm like, it's okay.
yeah, you made it cool.
No, it is definitely, the coughing does make me uncomfortable, but I'm like, I also realize I'm like, part of that's the media. I'm programmed to feel that way now because of how much
Sure.
news I've watched with sickness, but
I hate people.
I just don't want to get sick.
No, I don't.
Because
We're too busy.
I'll perform
Too
sick,
busy.
but dude, doing what we do sick, like, thank God
worst.
I'm a low energy comic. I'm in Phoenix sick as a motherfucker. And my
Really?
agent's like, can you go on? And I was like, if I were Sebastian, the answer would be no.
Oh, good point.
But because I'm like, this is my energy,
Yeah.
and I talk like this on stage, I'm gonna tough it out. But
You
I'm like,
Lavelle Crawford it. You got the rag. You know?
Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
She's always the top of her wig is sopping wet. Yeah,
I wish my hotel had a tub.
Ah,
Oh my God, Whitney! That new movie about her was
Whitney.
horrible.
You love Whitney.
she was amazing.
Love
Those pipes.
Whitney
Yeah.
was
And
just yeah.
And you're a big Mariah person.
I'm a big Mariah person. I've had a tempestuous relationship with her in
Why
the
is
past.
that?
Well, I used to make a bunch of jokes about Mariah, and I don't make them anymore.
Uh-oh.
I publicly apologize. I was an angry young homosexual, and you know, the more you're in this business, the more you get it.
Yeah.
I see.
You're so not. I mean, we all go through like phases of anger, but you're such a chill guy. You don't strike me as an angry person at all.
No.
No, I don't get angry unless I'm arguing with someone about like pasta or something, like some stupid arbitrary. But yeah, with Mariah,
You get a arrabbiata?
arrabbiata.
Yeah, isn't that angry?
I do
Yeah.
get angry. Yeah.
Oh.
Bravo.
Hey.
Parli bene.
That's the type of
Italiano.
pasta.
Oh, wait, what?
Arrabbiata.
Arrabbiata,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
it means
confused.
well, it means angry, but they call pasta all'arrabbiata, which is like spicy pasta.
Oh,
I think it's
interesting.
calabrese, like a bunch of spices in it. But yeah,
All right.
Are you seeing someone now or no?
No, I had a thing with this guy who I really liked, and we're still friends, but like it was almost 5 months of talking every single day, and then we had a great vacation with each other. And I brought up, I was like, hey, like, should we do long distance? And rightfully so, in his own right, he was like, I just can't. I can't do long distance. And I was kind of gut punched because I was like, oh, but like, well, then what we were working towards, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And honestly, whoever dates any of us has to deal with long distance.
You got that right.
Because we're not home.
No.
Anyone who wants to be with me is a red flag.
Agreed.
Yeah, same.
Hey, what the hell? No. But I know what you mean. That's why the road is great, because like my lady gets it, obviously, but it's a built-in relationship saver. Like, I go on the road for 3 days. It's the perfect amount of time where you start to miss them again. You come back, you're excited. Then when you get annoyed, you leave again.
Yeah.
It's perfect for a relationship.
I don't know. I really like this guy. I liked him a lot, but it just does
Are you
not
still
end
talking to him?
Like, less. I mean, I basically was like,
Where's he living?
Oh, boy.
he lives far enough.
America?
Yeah, he lives in America.
okay.
It's shocking for me. Usually my boyfriends are looking for a green card.
My girlfriend lives in Canada.
Yeah.
How's he packing? How's the noodle? Is it rigatoni or angel hair?
It was it was a nice manicotti. He's great. He was a great guy, but I get it. He couldn't do it, so it's hard to date. I feel
It's hard.
I feel slightly more isolated than
Well,
before.
we're so busy that just giving up a night. I'm like,
know.
this girl better be cool as fuck if I'm not doing cellar spots. I get this more and more as women will like, they'll be like, I can't do before 9. I mean, after 9.
Right.
So I'm like, well, I want to do at least one spot just in case this date sucks.
Exactly.
You know, and then they're like, already he's choosing his job. I'm like, you're damn right.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, it will be the never-ending, it'll be the unwinnable war of trying to date a comedian to see if they can overcome the
Dinner is a
comedy.
sign of stability to women.
Yeah, and dinner and a show, a movie, a play. I mean, it's all
forgot how
night.
I'll
Great
do
people
dinner, but I'm
date.
like, why can't we do like a 9:30 dinner?
Yeah, that's not too much to ask.
You know what I mean? Like
New York. That's normal.
And guess what? I'll breakfast and lunch the shit out of you.
You got that right.
But like dinner, it's tough for us. I'll do it some nights, but like, oh man, I'm gone so much on the road that when I'm here, I really do want to go up at the cellar.
yeah, but here's why I'm a cunt. You would never go, hey, I'll meet you at 11:30 a.m. Well, I'm at work. Well, hey, bitch, I'm at work at 9.
That's a great
I said the same.
point.
I said the exact thing to a woman recently who she's like, she goes, I'm always working around your schedule. I say, well, the fact that you're saying that just shows that you'll never accept my lifestyle.
But it's also about they don't actually respect what we do. If you would never say to a doctor, I'm always working around your schedule. Obviously, doctor saves lives. We're not saving lives. But I'm just saying it's a respect towards a job. You're saying to me, you think what I'm doing is just fun.
Sing it, sister.
You don't think
and
what
also,
I do
they're
is
like, why can't you take a
legitimate.
night off? Because it's a slippery slope. You get me to take this night off, and I'll take any night off. And it's like
Exactly.
shit I was fighting with for years, where people were like, well, why can't you do this? It's a routine. I have to do it every night, or I won't. Once you break it for anything,
then you break,
you'll break it
more
for everything.
and more and more. Yeah,
Although
exactly.
I have been taking off because I'm home for 3 days and my body is
Health reasons for recharging, because
exhausted,
the road
yeah.
is the truth. So that's where
But a date isn't recharging.
comedy.
No, you're right. It's
a date
work.
is
That's where
work.
the road is where we make our money and where we find our new jokes. Because it's hard in the shorter sets in the city, but it is a routine thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm home all December, so I'll be putting in spots every night.
Yeah.
I'll be putting in spots, but that's a healthy way. Like I was trying to do the road, then come back and do spots, and my body physically cannot take it. I just
Really?
can't take. Certain performers.
Well,
have
you go to the
certain
gym
types
how many of those days a week too?
Yeah, listen, that's different. But no, I mean, and that's also being physically healthy also helps me on stage. Like I have eat
true.
healthy.
Tell me about it, dude.
I exert a lot of. Some comics.
Give me a cookie.
Yeah, I know those Oreo cookies are pretty good, but I do exert a lot of
thank
energy
you.
on stage, and I kind of come off like collapsed in a way.
I get that. Yeah. And then I drink on the road, so that doesn't help. Then you get
How do you first of all, how do you maintain a great body and also drink on the road and have enough energy to like?
It's not easy, but I don't eat bread, and that really helped me.
Okay,
You eat
I
a
do
lot
not
of
eat
bread.
I eat a
bread.
lot of bread.
I don't eat bread. And
I've watched you eat bread.
have you?
This is
Sam,
fucking
what are you
delightful.
eating?
I don't know. This is like a pumpkin
Well, where'd you get that thing?
pumpkin cupcake. This is incredible.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
Is
Boy.
it because? Let me try it. I just want to bite.
Hit the arm.
I don't.
This is solid. God damn, there's cream in the middle too.
Ooh, hostess.
I'm just so sick of pumpkin. I blame
know.
white women.
It's whitey. Oh, yeah.
That's solid.
It's dry as hell.
Yeah. But
Okay,
still pretty
Goes
good.
my ex.
Right. I did not. That was not good.
You don't like this? No. That was really
That
good.
was actually
These are solid.
that was the worst one I had.
Oh, I like this one. Mm-hmm. Little cream cheese frosting or something on there, right?
But yeah.
Solid.
See, I thought that was the fun part about
Oh,
being gay is you could just you want a relationship.
I don't know what. Right now I'm so career focused. Better than this.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what I to tell you. I do not know what I want. Right now I'm so career focused because I'm on a nice little
Momentum.
momentum. So I don't know. I'm kind of just like throwing caution to the wind.
The career, weirdly, everyone's like, comedy's such an unstable pursuit, but it's the only thing that's ever been stable in my life.
Same.
You know, I mean, in that regard. So you're like,
Yes and no. I mean, it's with the only thing that matters in comedy are your jokes and other comedians. I've decided
Yeah.
nothing else matters.
Right.
Like what I'm doing on stage, is this good?
Yes.
Right. So the audience is included on that, and then my relationship with other comics. Everything else is like,
Yeah.
who cares?
And when the jokes are good and your relationship is good and you're sane, the career gets better.
That's right.
So, but here's what annoys me, and this is where I'm going to get shit online. But like a lot of these, a lot of these ladies are like, "Hey, you don't take off. What the hell? You can't give me a night." And you're like, "Well, look, I'll hang out with you, but what? Are you going to be fun? Like, if you hang out with her, are you still shucking and jiving?"
well, that's a hard mentality to go into it when you're
Don't
like,
go into it that
well, you
way,
better
but-
bring it if I'm taking a night off. But I definitely think that way.
But you're going to bring it.
Yeah, I always bring it.
Yeah.
I think we always do it like, okay, I'll do what normal people do, and then 45 minutes in, you're like, how do they do it?
Right.
So true.
I
When
miss
they're like,
Keith
come
Robinson.
come to this party, and you're just like there, and you're just like,
no.
Party.
you're like bar,
No.
bar,
Yes.
bar.
Yes.
Never a party. I want a table with comics chatting.
We're
Yes.
friends with our coworkers, and that makes life so easy. Like I'm like literally excited to go to work every night.
Right.
I'm like,
You
I'm
check
just.
the lineup. Ooh, who am I hanging out with
Yes,
tonight?
yes.
Well, I
Exactly.
just am
And
at the
then sometimes
table.
you're like, oh god.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. There's some of
all
those are
been
rough, but like you just sit at the table, someone you love sits down. You're like, oh, this is so
When
easy.
Keith sits down, my heart just swells.
Yeah,
I mean, I know we're gonna.
his new material's fucking
Keith Robinson,
incredible.
he's so good. He's so good. I married him. We were dating during the pandemic. It was like him, me, Liz, and Jose. We saw each other every single day. Made dinners at the cellar. Like
He's a new bit about taking a Viagra as his flight lands. He's pissed drunk. He knows he has a second stroke coming, but he's about to get laid, so he ignores. This is the second time he's ignored a stroke.
Wow.
You'd think he'd know better. He goes and fucks this woman. Tells this whole story, but the only part of his body that's working is his dick. He's walking to this woman like it's the night of the living dead, and he still fucks her, and it's like, dude, you had a second stroke.
That's amazing.
He did it for sex, and then he ends up basically by being like, I don't want to give away too much, but the gist of it is like, don't you ever tell us that you think you like sex as much as men.
yeah.
I mean, it's like, you're like, Jesus, Keith.
He
so
said something.
fucking
We were at
funny.
dinner together, and he said something so offensive, and I just looked at him and said, Keith, God has smited you so many times,
and he's still going.
and he's.
But that's the beauty of it. He just
Slinging it.
keeps saying fucked up
Yeah.
shit. I remember immediately after the Me Too thing, he defended Cosby, like kidding, obviously,
on,
but he's
Keith.
defending Cosby on stage, and it's killing. I'm like, that's how you know the joke is fucking hilarious. That a guy goes up there going like, oh, come on.
He's a real guy. He always goes against the grain. During the height of BLM, he was like, I look at black people like fire exits. There's one over there, one over there, one over there. I mean, that's a great joke.
Well, he likes to sort of like see. He gets excitement. It's like a science experiment. If I add this
Yes,
chemical to that
yes.
chemical, what's the reaction I'm going to get?
Right, right.
So that's where his joke.
He's poking you, but it's never maliciously. It is
No, that's
so.
the thing.
That's the beauty of it.
You can tell with Keith. Some people you meet, you're like, oh, there's like. You ever talk to someone and like, you can just tell talking to them like there's a dark side.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
real thinly veiled. Like with Keith, he can say the most horrible shit, but you do see very clearly like Keith has a great heart.
And he's
Yes.
a good father.
Very good
and
father.
he's a questionable partner, but but he's a great father, and he's a hilarious guy, and he's supportive of comics. Like, I
He
do
is.
remember auditioning at the comic strip many years ago, doing that dumb late night thing. They got judges. They got comics.
Judges.
It was awful. They tried doing America's Got Talent type
Girl.
thing with the judges. Oh, I was
Who
furious.
was Paula Abdul?
I don't think they had one. I think it was all brutal. And then I remember going on and a lot of comics were kind of dicks to me, but Keith was like, nah, that was good. He was like one of the only guys, and he was the only guy on the fucking panel who I respected. So it meant a lot, but I was like, holy shit. And
Harrison, by the way, is a great gig in Vegas.
What's he doing?
He's doing
He's
magic.
killing. He's
Yeah,
doing
I just saw
magic
him.
and hosting. I'm like, that is
Good for him.
good for Harrison.
But he has
yeah.
to live in Vegas.
Some
I
people
don't,
like Vegas.
some people like Vegas. I don't. I mean, I haven't asked Harrison what he thinks of Vegas, but
I don't think I asked him. I don't
I
think he
hate
likes it.
Vegas.
Oh, really?
I don't think he
I
likes
hate
it.
I absolutely
Vegas
fucking
is terrible.
Hate it.
I'll be there at the Mirage late January. Terrible place.
Really?
Well,
2 shows.
I like the part of Vegas that's
I will,
not the
really.
Strip. Do you know what I'm talking
Yes,
about? Like
yes.
that when you're in normal Vegas, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's cool. Like you're just hanging out. There's good restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's that strip life.
Yes.
That is the
Yeah.
worst. It's like soul. You get there and you're like,
yeah.
God, like I
know.
just, ugh.
It's
I'm with
awful.
you. I grew up in New Orleans. That's like real Vegas. Like with its culture, there's food, there's
Love New
music,
Orleans.
there's architecture. Then Vegas is just
Vegas
all
should be a bigger bachelor
corporate.
party destination than New Orleans because you have casinos too.
Oh, you say New Orleans should be bigger?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
New Orleans, you have Harrah's, right?
Yeah,
You've
we got Harrah's
But
right
you know
now.
what? You
Like-
can't bullshit in New Orleans.
Yeah,
you can bullshit
true.
in Vegas. You can act a fool and bullshit. New Orleans is not going to put up with that shit.
No, you'll get jumped or something.
People leaving Vegas look like they just got the shit kicked out of
They
them.
look like
Yeah.
the people going into Vegas.
Even if you won, you look like you got the shit kicked out of you.
yeah.
Yeah, well, the flight there and the flight out is very different. The flight there, the plane lands, everybody claps. They've been
Yeah.
drinking Jack and Cokes the whole
Yeah.
flight, and then the flight out is like, I'm getting a divorce.
There's paramedics waiting for
Coffee.
you.
Yeah,
Give me a
gonorrhea.
coffee.
But the saddest
Right.
thing is to see like a woman in like early hundreds with the oxygen tank, smoking a cigarette, and just ding ding
Yeah.
ding ding ding
And
ding
fake
ding
tits.
ding
Yeah.
ding ding. Right, and you're like, God, the indignity.
I
like,
know.
oh, it just makes me like.
Yeah. Social Security
New
check
Orleans,
gone.
there's music, there's
Yes.
food, there's
Yeah.
life.
It's a
there's-
party.
The house and
amazing.
your body has gone against you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, yeah. It's bad news.
Yeah.
But do we know what's sadder than Vegas?
Reno.
Thank you.
Oh, I had to do
2 weeks there, I remember.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
That's a,
Where were you?
That's a sentence.
Silver Legacy.
Okay.
Where they shot the last scene in Casino, by the way.
Oh,
not
yeah,
Casino,
really?
Kingpin, rather.
Oh, well, that makes more
They
sense.
shot the last thing in Kingpin. That's where they did the championship
Oh,
for
the
bowling.
Yeah.
I had to do Lake Tahoe.
Oh, that's
Years
different. Lake
ago.
Tahoe is much nicer
I've
than
never
Reno.
been
Well,
to
it
Lake
was the
Tahoe.
dead of winter,
Yeah.
and it was Lake Tahoe, and it was some casino, like a casino gig. I mean,
Ah.
just like I felt like The Shining, like I just wanted to get out. I was like, oh, I just want to kill myself. And the only thing I could watch, the only thing on TV was the Harry Potter marathon, and I was like, I guess I'll watch Harry Potter. I don't even like it that much, and
Entertainment. There's entertainment that has like saved my life on the road.
Oh, dude. Tell me about
There's
it.
shit that's like been on TV.
video games.
Video games is
I
good.
remember when we were on the road. We were both in
Yes.
Dayton, Ohio at the same time.
yes.
Mateo brings his N64. We're playing Mario Kart. This motherfucker is incredible at it.
I am so good
It's
at Mario
so annoying.
Kart.
You don't lose.
Never.
And we did it on the tour bus with the Z's. Remember
I
that
always
shit?
win.
Yoshi?
And watching Yoshi. I usually pick Tanuki Mario,
Oh, okay.
and
I don't even know what that is.
on the Vespa, he's got like the raccoon outfit on.
Oh, the raccoon. Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
when we were open for Aziz together, what Phil Hanley, I never saw Phil, because Phil is always very like chill,
Put together.
He was losing
Ah.
his last words, screaming, was like, "I was in the mix! I was in the mix!"
I could have been a contender.
Yeah, literally. And him and Will Sylvince, I mean, the two of them playing and yelling at each other, it was comedy gold.
Dude, that's a web series. Comics playing video games and trash talk.
my
How
God,
is
should we do that?
Do
That
a
could be
fucking,
huge.
we should do a Patreon in here where we play video games. That's fucking
Oh
brilliant.
my god! Yeah,
Wait,
get
we should-
Soder in here, Big J,
Get it on
all
it.
these guys.
Dude,
That would be
Killer.
great.
let's get an N64. Let's get a fucking
Perfect
PS.
Dark, or no, GoldenEye, 007,
GoldenEye!
and get the original controllers. But you have to find the right TV, because I just bought an N64.
You're annoyingly good at every video game. You're one of those.
We got to
dudes.
brush up. I need.
Let's get it. Let's get Madden. Let's see how he fucking holds up.
I
In a
used to
sports
like
game.
Madden.
Oh, okay.
What about NBA
Madden
Jam?
64 was good.
Okay.
Because you could, like, it wasn't just like football. You could, like, fight each other.
Wayne
was like a-
Gretzky 3D hockey.
Faggot.
All right. Finally, it wasn't the beer juice that at first. GoldenEye, though.
Oh, my God.
That was
No
my
Odd
whole
Job.
childhood.
No
Odd job, and no proximity mine either.
What was Odd Job's thing? He was
I
too
like Remote
short?
Mine,
Too
though.
short, so you miss them. Yeah.
Damn,
But- yeah,
GoldenEye
it was
was kind of revolutionary.
I would play.
Huge.
Oh, I could nerd out about this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played
was
a lot of that.
I love your
Fantastic.
nerdy tendencies, man.
All I
I
do
had
is
no
play
idea.
video games, Fortnite.
Wow.
And you play with like Yamanika. And we got to get Yaman.
We
Yaman
gotta
is
get Yaman. She'll be in the
so
tournament.
fucking funny. We were playing now.
Her new shit's so funny. I watched it the
Yama's
other
the
night.
best comedian in the country.
She's a hilarious
I'm just
comic.
putting it out there right now.
I love her, dude.
I don't think
killing
she's literally the best comedian I've ever seen.
Yamanika Saunders, follow her. She's so funny.
Killer.
She says shit when you're playing Fortnite. I mean, now don't get it wrong. Her and I fight like cat and dogs. We scream at each other, but there were times in the pandemic because we played every single day with each other for a year and a half. And I mean, when I say we were laughing with tears, Yamanika playing Fortnite is one of the funniest fucking things ever. But that is how I survived. Before I was putting shit up online and all that other stuff, I was kind of tanking.
Yeah.
And the only way I could pay rent during the pandemic was Twitch.
What?
I would play video games and do like 6-hour shows, and it was kind of great. I wrote a ton of material.
Wow.
That's not relatable, this time. I wrote a ton of material, and it was like,
you got to hear my new Tanuki Mario chunk.
Yeah, right.
can you imagine? I mean, that's really not relatable.
Tanuki Mario.
I think that's a new heart.
when you click on him, I get Tanuki. Woohoo! But
You're so good at voices.
Oh, thank you.
How much voiceover do you do?
Not as much as you would think. I did a cartoon show once and I played like an evil villain. I was this close to making it in Luca, Pixar's Luca, for the villain. They flew me to Pixar. I met with the director. He's from Italy. We spoke in Italian the whole time. I did the audition and it went to the one other person. And then
Who was it?
Cut to a year later, I'm having lunch with my friend Salverio in Rome, who's a comedian in Rome. And he goes, yeah, I just did the voice for, so-and-so in Luca. I said, Salverio, I was the other person. He's like, oh my God, Matteo, non posso credere, ma dai.
Then you hit him with a red shell.
I did.
Say the talented Mr. Ripley just beat him and throw him off a boat. I don't know what happened to him.
But I do like doing voices. I do a lot of like women voices and stuff. Like me, because Evan Williams is my best friend. He does all like the male impressions,
Yeah,
and I
dude,
do
You
all
gotta
the
pull up.
female.
Can you pull up
great.
Evan Williams
He's
on
underrated.
TikTok doing?
He's so funny.
Evan is
You gotta pull up
fucking
Evan Williams doing
fantastic.
like what are the best
Why not?
ones
I
on
could just
TikTok?
call him.
He
No,
does
no,
those
but we have
movie,
like we want to show one of his clips on TikTok where he's doing like Guy Ritchie or any of the shit he does.
You'll send me these clips.
I send him all the time. I love Evan.
Here,
And
I'm gonna call him and make him do impressions.
Oh, great.
Can we? Will that come through, Matt?
Yeah. I do this all the time. I call my friend Nick all the time.
But get him on.
Evan Williams.
Oh my, I'm gonna.
Oh, no, pull this
we got,
one up.
We got
Let's
him
do it.
here.
Restart.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, I've seen.
You've seen him?
Restart it, Matt, and just
the GTA and
every
the Guy Ritchie movie.
every Guy Ritchie movie. Evan Williams.
Now I do the perfect Evan Williams.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you. I'll show
We
you.
got to hear him first.
All right. Or sideways Susan. Nabs the cash. You all right, boss? Big John. Who's Big John? I'm Big John. That's Big John. I've been in recruit for 5 months. Where have you been? I never met Big John. I drove you here. He's the one that drove you here. Can I use the bathroom? He's the dumbest lot I've worked with.
Wow.
He's so
that's dead
good.
on as a guy who likes Guy Ritchie
fucking-
movies.
He's done other shit. What are like the
Dutch
best ones
Angle.
he's done?
He does really good GTA ones. where he's like, why is there a car burning outside? He goes, oh, well, I grabbed this car and I crashed it and it started burning and then I walked in here.
I never played GTA. But
Really?
Nah, I never got into it.
Really?
I stopped
thought you
after
would...
Tetris.
All right, here's Evan. Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
All right, Evan, you're on with Sam Morrell and Mark Norman. We'd want you to do a bunch of impressions.
Wow. Okay.
So what?
What's up, guys?
Hey, we're big fans, and give us the hits, baby.
Yeah, what are some impressions you do?
It's never too early to play holiday music, and it's never too early to start thinking about gifts. Whether it's just for a friend or the friends of your pants. It's your penis and your balls. You can make this season to be jolly with Manscaped. Their Platinum package has it all. The Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer. No, the Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer. They feature proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to protect your delicate parts and your holes. Both are waterproof so you can shave in the shower. Sounds classy to me. Don't forget to apply for their aluminum-free, ultra-premium deodorant for that cologne-quality scent on the go. Manscaped is even throwing in 2 free gifts. The Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. The Platinum Package 4.0 covers all your bases from head to toe. Tell them how to do it, Mark.
Here's what you got to do. Get 20% off and free shipping with code DRUNK at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code DRUNK. Manscaped, get your jingle balls ready for the holidays. Hey, folks, this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Look, Adidas dropped Kanye, so did Balenciaga. BetterHelp should pick up Kanye. He needs it. If life came with a user manual, things would be easy for everyone. But it isn't. So when it's not working for you, it's normal to feel stuck. Navigating a career change, a new relationship, or becoming a parent can make you feel uncertain. Therapists are trained to help you learn productive coping skills, which makes therapy the closest thing you'll get to a user manual for you. We all go to therapy. We all go to the same guy.
Love him.
Love him. It's a game changer. You got me in. I'm hooked.
He knows me too well.
I know. It's scary.
We were talking the other day about a toxic woman, and he goes, you're not done with her. I was like, yes, I am. He goes, I know how you are. You love it. I was like, fuck you, Alan.
Man, he's good.
I was like, yeah, he is good.
BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and chat therapy sessions. You can choose to not see anyone on camera if that makes you feel better. Tell them how to do it, Fatty.
As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, available 100% online, plus it's affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch back to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/drunk. That's betterhelp.com/drunk.
Hey, We Might Be Drunk is brought to you by Lucy. You're a responsible consumer and you want a responsible way to consume your nicotine, don't you? Well, if you're looking for nicotine gum, lozenges, or pouches to use nicotine to relax, focus, or just unwind after a long day, there's only one stop you should make. Lucy. I like this stuff. The gum tastes great. I prefer the lozenges because you can just throw them in. You're not smacking around town with the chewing. So get on it. Plus, it just tastes good. And it gives you a little jolt. That nicotine. Yeah? Oh, yeah. It gives you a kick. If I'm hungover, I pop one of those in and I'm like, woo-wee. Pretty good.
It's the least healthy endorsement of all time.
Also, if you're going to the casino, you're hitting the slots, just chew the gum and you get the nicotine without having to kill your lungs. So you've been looking for an alternative to smoking. Why not switch to a nicotine product that can actually make you feel good and feel good about doing it? Tell them how, Fatty!
If you enjoy using nicotine, you should definitely check out Lucy's products at lucy.co. That's lucy.co, promo code DRUNK at checkout. Also, I have to read this disclaimer. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Remember, if you're interested in a better way to use nicotine, visit lucy.co and be sure to use that promo code DRUNK.
Mm-hmm. Hear, hear.
What do you need? What do you need?
Who are you best at? Someone we've all heard of.
Who's your best?
Something mainstream.
I'm walking outside. I don't know how good the audio's going to be.
Oh,
No,
figure
it's
it out.
perfect.
Jesus
Great.
Christ, Evan.
All right. I mean, a little Jason Statham.
Hey.
I was in the movie Snatches when it's not stuck in two smelling barrels.
Dead on.
This little Jason said, one man, one desire. Pablo Francisco has a cocaine problem.
Damn.
One more.
One more.
Skeletor,
Skeletor! Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
One more.
One more.
Figure it out.
Sorry.
I don't know, dude. I'm thinking. Christians with talks like this. Thor, very handsome Australian man. I don't know, dude.
We put you on the spot.
Well, we put you on the spot.
Sorry.
We love you, Evan. We're promoting you
We
right
love
now.
you,
Yeah,
Evan.
check him out on Instagram and TikTok.
Bye.
His TikTok is so good.
Wait, scroll down. So I do a perfect Evan Williams. So you'll see that one. Mateo does Evan sketches, and I just do all of his.
Watched this like 2 nights ago.
Whoa. Turn up
Let
the
me
V.
What you do is so easy.
What's that?
Yes, it is.
Just showing off his biceps here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of words
Huge.
to memorize. You wouldn't be able to do it if you wanted to. Making a war movie? Let's do a Mad Lib. I need a time period.
Did you ever see his Mad Lib things?
No.
Oh my.
They're great.
Rename my part.
This is all this is all Evan Williams shit. By the way, he directs everything, writes everything.
Really?
Like, yeah. We can turn me off. I'm so
No,
annoyed.
it's fucking
great.
incredible what he does. I love it.
Fucking money.
I hate you.
Ah.
That's
great.
Yeah. And he just came out. I'm teasing. I'm joking. He's not gay.
He's hot. He's a hot guy.
He's so hot in every
Oh
gay.
my
is
god, I can tell he
obsessed
directed
with
it because the
him.
last
Really?
shot was him like this, shredded, showing off the veins in his arms.
He's got the guns for sure.
That's so funny.
Mad Libs are hilarious.
No, dude, he's
Yeah.
excellent. I mean, he's
And a good comic.
Yeah, he is a funny
really
guy.
good comic.
Does he do the row with you at all?
We do. We just did that cafeteria together.
Oh, quit bragging.
I'm not gonna
college
say the
gig?
name. No, I'm not gonna say the name of the club.
Cafeteria.
It's a legendary club, and I get there and they go, "Oh, this is our temporary club." I go, "Excuse me," and they go, "Yeah." I walk in, it's a cafeteria,
What?
and they didn't tell me or my agent or my tour agent. I was losing.
Did you
it.
get the? Did you eat the
I
cafeteria
called you.
food?
I
Oh
had-
yeah.
Remember, I
Holy
called you in a
shit, yeah.
panic. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
Sam, am I being a diva or is this incredibly rude? Because I sold out
Am
all
I,
the shows.
am I being a diva or is performing in the cafeteria
And not telling
shitty?
me.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though? I'm like, I can't even believe it. I should have walked out. But everyone paid for
Comedians
the tickets.
are so much more low maintenance, and can you imagine?
yeah.
Can you imagine if like a singer was they're like you're in a cafeteria?
Yeah, you're at the DMV tonight.
Although they probably get similar shit, honestly.
Maybe.
No, I don't know.
I don't think starting out as a musician has got to be pretty rough.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Although you're not starting out, you sold
Yeah,
a shitload
exactly.
of tickets.
So did your fans show up to it?
Oh yeah, it was sold out.
Oh,
I
okay.
rose to the place every show. Spent like.
Did you
20
get your
minutes
sloppy
roasting
joes?
it.
Yeah, here's your sloppy Joe.
Was it hard with the school bell going off?
Kids moving, running around. Everyone's like, "Keep it down."
Yeah.
I did a cafeteria once.
Me too. At a college? Yeah, me too.
University of Delaware.
Oh, damn.
Tommy Pucciani, who's now a fucking agent.
you?
He's an agent now at William Morris. He reps like Phil and Joe List, a lot of comics we're friends with.
Oh,
He,
yeah.
he was a University of Delaware kid, and he booked me. That's how long ago it was. He saw me open for Jim Florentine in like 2010.
Wow.
Like comics. And he was like, I got to get you at my school. So he's at William Morris. I'm like, oh, he's like a legit fan. He
Yeah,
really
yeah.
is. But he booked me, and I brought Chris Stefano with me.
To
And
open?
and we performed in a fucking cafeteria.
Wow.
And Chris was playing Bieber the whole fucking ride. I want to kill him.
I fucking love him. I think he's great. I love. Isn't it funny thinking about back in the day? Like I moved to New York 10 years ago. Exactly 10
Yeah.
years ago, September 2012, and it's just so funny. Like all the open mics were like you, Michelle Wolf,
Yeah,
like,
Michael Che.
Michael Che, like all these.
But you rose up quick. I feel like you had a talent. You had an it. You could sing. You were confident. You were comfortable on stage.
I will say,
when you're a good performer, you can make up for other shortcomings early on, and then
That's exactly
the rest comes together.
That's
I
right.
think.
It was a quick rise because I was different and doing. But then it was like I had to play catch up. I had to really learn how to
Right.
write jokes and be taken seriously. And so there was a big dip, and I just spent all that time writing. And then it slowly, I've always just kind of okay. And then the last year, I just started putting everything online, and then it just like erupted.
Sure.
How long did I tell you to fucking do that for?
You know what though? It came at the right. Everything happens at the
No, I
right
know.
time, And because I had this hour a year ago that I was trying to sell to streamers, and everyone said no. And so then Schultz was like, just cut it up and put it online. And then a year later, I've done that, and it's like, okay, doing the Beacon.
There you go. Wow. Really?
Sold it out.
Whoa.
When is it?
March 2nd.
Love it, dude.
Oh,
Exciting.
Jesus. Congrats, man.
Thanks, but I still can't sell a special.
Well,
But it's okay. It's
Well,
all
why
right.
do you want to sell a special to sell tickets?
That's right.
What you're already doing.
That's right. So I'll figure.
Good for you for taking the dip and like working on the act
Beacon
and
is epic.
getting it good, getting good at comedy. And,
Yeah, 'cause
a lot of people will just go off, and that's short money.
It is short
You know?
money. And I do think, too, like, I really like being a comedian. And I never pull the gay card, but there is it's a little bit of a battle to be taken seriously because I think people think, well, he's talking about being gay. This is it's a clutch or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he's using this, but like I have to really
How's
balance.
it a crutch? That's your life.
Right. I have to balance. Like I also date,
Yeah.
and I, so how do I describe
That's like when people.
perspective
I
without
think
it
that
being-
people do it similarly with women when they dismiss them as dirty, and I'm like, no
Right.
one says that shit about men.
That's right.
true.
I do think
That's
I do.
true.
So, I mean, if they're criticizing you for being gay, it's like, well, that's your fucking life.
Well, you
Right.
get both. I mean, a recent criticism was, we want to hear more about your personal life and not about arbitrary things. And I'm like, but I also, and it's just such a weird balance that a lot of people don't have to, I think women have to go through. Anyone who's sort of marginalized kind of has to sort of figure out, like, how do I do this in a way that I'm getting respect and also showing that I'm a good writer. It's
tough.
It's still challenging, yeah, but
it should be challenging.
It is, and I enjoy the challenge. And I recently was offered a TV role, and I said no to it because I would have had to cancel my entire tour. And
What was the role?
it was like a gay character, and it was a fantastic role and show. But I said, I was like, I take stand up really seriously. Like, I don't look at like the TV thing is more important, and then I'll get the stand. Like, I view stand up in my mind just as important as anything else. So to me, I was
I bet you're making more money on the road than you are from the show.
than
By a lot.
SAG pay.
That's what I mean. So it's kind of like it's less
So I
money.
bought this new hair.
It looks great.
Well,
We gotta talk about that.
This is my old hair. The new hair hasn't come in yet, but this is a sculpture
Okay.
Michelangelo would blush at. And but
So like you, the hair's taking a while to come out.
no, my hair. I came out way earlier than my hair. I did not take me 4 months to come out.
So wait, what's it going to be like? Because it looks full right now.
Okay, so right now I have it pulled forward, and then I have to straighten it because I have really curly hair, and then
You
my
have
hair
curly
is exactly
hair?
like Mark's.
Really?
It's exact same. Yeah.
Paisan.
But once it grows out, I'll show you. But I have a really bad widow's, like really pulled back, and I was losing my hair.
A widow's what?
Widow's
Power
peak.
ralleys.
Is that a widow's peak? Is that for
The
hair?
widow's peak's in the front.
Yeah, but it comes down like this.
Oh, I
what I'm
see.
saying? And in the crown too. And so I just kind of masked it. I use a topic spray and hairspray, but then it's like avoiding wind, avoiding pools, avoiding any
the rain.
anything. Oh my god, just horrified.
I just don't see you till April.
Right.
I'm
Honestly.
good.
So then I found a really good doctor in New York, and I went to him, and he asked a bunch of questions. I'm writing all these bits about it now, but one of his questions was, he goes, "Was there balding in your family?" I said, "No." He was like, "Your dad?" "Nope." "You have a brother?" "Yeah." "Balding?" "Nope." He goes, "What about your mom's dad?" And I said, "He was a Mexican with a 1-inch forehead." Like, my grandpa, Mexican grandpa's hairline started there.
He's got a 2-head.
Literally. So, but I can show you the picture. I don't want to show them, but I can show you the picture.
I've seen
You want to
this.
see when I got the...
It's fun.
I did show you. That's
Yeah.
right.
Is it with the bandage and stuff?
No,
I didn't get to do the
Because I
bandage.
saw you right after.
But that's
though.
where they put the hair. You can see, like,
You can see
where
the
my normal
recession.
hairline is. And
Is
where
this
they
you?
put the hair. Yeah.
He does a good job.
A day after the surgery.
Holy shit!
But the see where they put the hair?
Wow. Yeah.
And then it falls out. The hair they put in takes 10 days to lock in, and it's such a fucking process. Ice your head, sleep like this, spray that.
Yeah.
And then after 10 days, you can resume your life.
Okay. Well,
And I
this
didn't
is
have to
impressive.
go to Turkey and shave my head or anything. So,
Wow.
But in 4 months, you start to see the results, and by a year, it's like
Are you
finished.
excited?
It's like a gift from. That's my Christmas present.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch the whole thing go down.
I'll
Because this
be
is going to be
unstoppable.
exciting. I know you will. It's going to be exciting.
Sky's the limit. Well, is Christmas your favorite holiday?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
What's yours, Mark?
Well, it was Thanksgiving till you guys trashed it. But, you know what? I like Mardi Gras, but I know
I
that's
still like
biased.
things.
No,
I
that's
do.
fair.
Look, I trashed the turkey. The ritual is very American. I respect that. I just love Chinese food.
I like Chinese food too, but you can have that on Christmas.
What's your
I
favorite?
do have it on Christmas.
Let us have the turkey.
I will honestly say this is going to sound weird coming from a Jew, but I fucking love Christmas because
Because Christmas is now, it's
can't
not
beat
even
it.
like who gives a shit about Jesus? It's about like the music and the lights and the
Exactly.
food. And
Religion
stuff.
is
You know what I mean?
out.
this is what I do on Christmas. I order Chinese food and I watch basketball for 12 hours, and then I
Okay,
usually
the
end the night
basketball
at the
sounds like a
cellar.
nightmare.
Well, I end the night at the cellar. It's great.
I thought you loved balls and traveling. All right.
Not the traveling part, but the balls I do enjoy.
Like go to Italy.
I love.
Good point. Good point. You're right. You're right. You're
I
right.
love.
I had a good date last week too.
Oh,
In Italy.
okay.
I'm sorry.
I love Christmas. I love that time of year too. There's something magical about New York City in the winter, but it hasn't gotten really bad out yet. It's just
Right.
kind of a little cold.
That is nice.
There's also something magical about being drunk and leaving a bar. I heard a bartender
Yes!
once, and the wind just hits your face.
I
and you're
love
like,
that.
Fuck yeah.
And there's a couple Christmas lights in the distance, the trees at Rockefeller Center, there's the dirty Santa with the bell. I love the whole thing.
I love it.
I
love,
do.
I love
it.
I mean, I love that time of year. I don't know. I mean, Thanksgiving is nice, so it is nice to just be with
it's
family.
just such a dumb. I don't like Thanksgiving. It's
No,
just
I
like,
like it.
It's like
Special.
shitty foreplay to Christmas. Like just get. To
I know, but it
Christmas.
starts the insanity.
It
leads
starts
us.
it.
It leads
There's
us.
no music to Thanksgiving.
Okay,
There's
and
no,
you don't get
like,
sick of Christmas music. They're playing it by
started listening it
Thanksgiving.
today.
Well, you
Yeah?
like Mariah, so that's a lock.
Oh my god.
She made $8 jillion on that song.
She wrote that song in a Casio keyboard.
No.
In less than a day. Mm-hmm. She writes all of her own music.
Pull up how much she made on that. I mean, because just the residuals alone has got to be more than Elon.
Damn.
But yeah.
Mariah Carey's done a good job. She really looks good.
She looks
She
great.
is she's still hot, I think.
I jerked off to a poster of her, and she had roller skates on in some
Wow.
video and like short jean shorts. And I
It
remember,
was fantasy.
yeah, and I jerked off to a still photo of that.
Wow.
as a
Remember
kid.
back in the day? Sears catalog.
Oh, the underwear guys.
How many
Yeah.
kids did Nick Cannon have with her?
Just 2. They had twins.
Oh, okay.
Twins. All right.
She seems like a good mom, too.
How many kids does she have total?
Just 2.
Oh,
Wow.
2, yeah.
Cannon dumped the load and kept on moving.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
all
right.
I want for Christmas
Is
is
two.
alimony. That's better.
But yeah, I think she's coming to.
Alimony. She's fucking. He's
richer than him.
getting the alimony.
Yeah, good point.
I think she's coming to Madison Square Garden.
Oh, you going?
Yeah, but I've been to her Christmas show 9 times.
Wow, she'll probably hear this.
She won't.
Yeah, you're right.
We got a reach, but we
I
don't
met
got
her.
that big a reach.
Nah,
Come
you're
on.
right.
I did meet her once.
Really?
Yeah, because there used to be a show on MTV where like the fans would be surprised on an elevator by their favorite celebrity. So like people would be on an elevator, then Backstreet Boys just walk in or whatever.
Oh, that's
So
fun.
I got a call from Stucky, who was a producer at Guy Code, and he's like, Matteo, we got a surprise for you, but I can't tell you what it is. I just need you to be at MTV. I said, I know it's Mariah. He goes, God damn it, boys, he knows who it is. So they had me go there. The elevator doors open, and there she was.
Wow.
She was
What?
well lit and nervous, as I imagined her. And I sat on an elevator with her and fans and her makeup artist for like probably 15 minutes, and we all sang "Always Be My Baby." I was on her good side, so she couldn't quite look at me. She was lit, and every once in a while, a hand. would just
I no
come
doubt
out.
she was lit.
No, she seems very sober and together. But every once in a while, a hand with a brush would come out and just like paint her face and then like curl back into the corner.
Whoa.
And this was very nice. And everyone's freaking out. I think because we're comics, we're used to adrenaline.
Right.
So I was quite comfortable. And she had just been on tour in China. So everyone's like, Mariah, excuse me. And I was like, oh, how was your tour in China? She was like, fine. You know, like she didn't want to
yeah.
talk to me. She hugged me like I was the help. But she was great. She did a whistle tone.
That's a good guess. If they did a show with me, it would be like me and Elliot Gould in an elevator. It wouldn't be as exciting.
Hold on, Sam. We got Leonard Cohen.
20 years ago, Rodney Dangerfield was walking out. You're all right. You're all right. Get out of my way, kid. All right.
Oh, my God.
Good elevator. Really seems to good.
What do you think it was like one-on-one?
Dangerfield?
Yeah.
I think he was-
So fun.
I think he was
think so?
depressed.
Depressed,
so,
but I
too.
bet the highs were great
Yeah.
and the lows were dark.
Bathrobe, hooker,
Balls out.
balls out, weed, booze.
But enough
yeah.
about me. So stupid.
Good cupcake. Really seems to good.
This elevator, I'll tell you, it's got its ups and downs.
Did you guys try the Oreo yet or not? Because that's the only thing I like.
This is the best one for me.
I don't like
This
Oreo.
was
Give me an Oreo.
Let me open.
Try the Oreo because at least it's got like a kind of saltiness to it too.
Is it all pump?
Ooh, look at that. It's all right.
You didn't even have the cookie part of it. You need
fine.
both.
It's fine. I'd like to dip it in maybe an eggnog.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's right with the. It's not bad.
I'm just sick of pumpkin already.
I'm
It's not
done.
even.
Pumpkin.
After today, I mean, this is enough.
I want to.
Get
I
outta
want
here.
to beat the shit out of a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Get a baseball bat and fucking break a pumpkin,
we
dude.
should do that on Halloween.
You want to do that?
Sure.
Let's do it tonight.
Did you guys carve pumpkins this year?
Nah, I bought a few and put them on the stoop.
Oh, you bought a place.
Yeah.
You guys bought a place.
Did you move in yet?
No, it's a long story. We're suing our contractor.
How-
He tried to screw us. It's a whole thing. The place is still dilapidated.
But are you still keeping your apartment in where we are?
Probably not.
Okay.
You think I should?
You could rent it out to people and make a lot of money. It's a really good location.
Yeah, I might do that.
Yeah.
Do it, dude.
But I did that first, and we had this cute, nice Asian lady, and the whole building hated her. And they're like, you got to get rid of her. The board.
Damn.
You know, the board, it's all these stuffy old New Yorkers.
I fucking hate boards.
Hate a board.
Oh my God, there's a woman in my building. You know, we got a lot of old Jews in my building. This woman, it's like, are you allowed to have a trainer in here? I said, yeah, we ran it up the ladder. It's all fine. I got doctor's forms. They're stuffy about having trainers in the gym.
What do they give a
I know.
shit?
And they go, well, I'm on the gym committee. And I go, well,
Excuse me?
Well, look at you, the gym committee. And my trainer's laughing because I'm just mocking her. I'm like, the gym committee. You're so fat. What did it take to get on there? Nothing?
Yeah, let me see your six-pack.
So we fucking and she's got a trainer with her. It's madness. There's another guy who's rude as hell. He's rude to my fucking trainer, old man. He goes, I want to use the bench. I said, you can use it in a minute. We're almost done. And he goes, well, I've been waiting. I said, what is the first you've said of it? And he goes, he's just being so rude. And I was like, hey man, you know, there's a way to talk to people. We're speaking respectfully to you. And then he goes, well, you know, I'm having a bad day. I go, I don't care.
Right.
Yeah, what the
I don't give a fuck about your day. And then finally goes, I've already apologized 3 times. I was like, you haven't apologized once.
Right, wow.
In his head, he thought he did. Isn't it funny, like, when normal pedestrians come up to comics and, like, we already have 50 jokes lined up. You're never going to win this.
Oh my
Yes.
God! I was like literally thinking of roast jokes while I'm looking at him. I'm like,
Right.
you're fucking old. You're a loser. I'm like sizing him up. I'm
Jokes
like,
are
you're
just
fucking...
insults, Sam.
Oh yeah. Not jokes.
That's a good point.
I'm like, you're gonna be dead soon. They're like,
Yeah.
that's not a joke. I'm like,
I've been
well,
waiting.
you know.
Yeah, so is God. Coming up there. But yeah, I hate that shit. And also, you're like, I could attack your appearance, but I'm being nice. You know, I could disintegrate.
That's what I said. I could say that you're gonna be dead soon, but I'm not. That's not the type of person I am.
Joan Rivers had one of my favorite jokes where she was like, I hate old people because old people, if you're here, get out. I don't want to see you. And I hate old people that buy at Costco. Like, you're buying 18 jars of large mayonnaise. Unless God likes sandwiches, you are an asshole. I was like, good one, Joan.
We love.
We have Joan on the wall behind you.
Yeah, this is
She's my favorite comedian of all time.
Yeah,
she
she's
made me
one
want
of
to
the
do
greats.
comedy.
Really?
Yeah, because I first got into comedy with Kathy Griffin.
Sure.
Because, I mean, not to sound so sad, but it's like, comedy wasn't really for gay people. Because
No,
we were
She has
always...
specials on Bravo.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, she was the
Yeah.
first person I remember in my entire life ever speaking positively about gay people in a funny way. Like, she still roasted us, but in a way that I knew was accepted.
Oh, good
And
point.
I was so internalized in my
She was an
homophobia.
ally for you guys.
I remember thinking to myself, she shouldn't do that. She'll lose her career.
Wow.
That's how internalized my homophobia was. And she made it like, she was the first person in my life, I was 16, that I ever heard say anything positive ever about gay people.
Well, she
in
did lose her
stand-up
career,
comedy.
but it was over something completely unrelated.
I know.
It was-
But then I saw Joan, and because she did some special on Bravo when I was in college, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Kathy was always sort of lauded as like the new Joan Rivers. I'll check
Right.
out Joan. Pencils down,
Yeah.
hands like this, and I thought, I want to be a comedian.
It's just joke, and she commanded that stage. She's like, you know, one of the greats, Mount Rushmore. I think.
And she
And
got
Bill
done
Burr
dirty.
recently
She
did
got
an
done
interview and
dirty
said
by-
she was one of his favorite comedians.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe that.
She was done dirty by Carson. I thought that was pretty
That
fucked
was
think so
up.
crazy.
too.
That
But
was
think
the
crazy.
so
fact
too.
that if you don't know, I mean,
That's
she
his
was
ego.
she was a regular guest host when Carson sat out, and she was very popular. And then
And she was told she would not get the show. She was told that when Carson's done, it's not going to, you're not on the list.
and she got a show, a late night show, and Carson basically was like, "You're dead to me."
Blacklisted her.
Blacklisted her.
Yeah.
Told every show not to book her. Really fucked up.
And her
was a
husband
cunt.
committed suicide.
Her husband did?
Oh yeah, right.
Really?
Because of her show, he was getting into arguments with the producers of the show. When she lost the show, he committed suicide.
Wow.
She was a tough person.
And I used to watch her. First of all, I watched the D List.
I
That's how
love
much
that.
I love
It's a
comedy.
great
That was a
show.
great show. She had the fat husband. That was fun. But Joan she made Red Carpet bearable.
Oh, yeah.
For a guy like me, I'm watching the red carpet, and she was merciless with the, "What are you wearing? Why?"
Well,
like,
it's
she would
like
just go
it
in on a guy.
preceded Ricky Gervais, right? Like the way
Yes.
Ricky was kind of mean to celebrities, Joan was doing
Joan,
that.
Yeah.
Joan has the same thing Keith has, where like can I play a 30-second clip of Joan?
Please.
Yeah, please.
If I-
Do you want us to play it on the thing?
Type in Joan Rivers, red carpet, Anna Nicole Smith.
Speaking of crutches, Keith has a crutch. All right.
And speaking of D-list, those titties don't lie. Am I right, folks? All right.
Double D-list.
What you're about to hear? No, it has to. It's a 30 like you go to YouTube actually, and type in Joan Rivers, Anna Nicole Smith. That's all you have to type in.
Oh, this
These
is gonna be
cocktails
ugly.
are fucking money, Beer Jew.
It-
know.
What she says, you could never There it is, top one. You
Oh,
could
dude.
never, ever, ever say this today.
Publicity claiming to be the father, and now Lance Bass has come out claiming to be the real mother. I mean, doesn't it's continuing, and the authorities say they have found no drugs in her system, just a lot of sperm.
Wow.
Exciting it to be is Trim Spa has continued to run her ads, claiming that in the last 2 weeks alone, Anna Nicole has lost yet another 70 pounds.
After she
Oh, that's great. What the balls. The balls.
Find a girlfriend who can't say no. And I mean this sincerely, and you know I can be sincere, TV viewers. Even in death, everyone in Anna Nicole's family is trying to make money off of her so they can buy new sets of tires for their trailers.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Only good news, I'd like to end this monologue on that.
Andy Griffin's still on.
Anna Nicole's body will be flown today to the Bahamas, photographed one more time for Playboy, and then buried.
Wow.
Imagine.
Wow.
Imagine saying that today.
I mean, that would be lose your sponsorship, lose your network, the whole thing.
She lost so much she didn't give a shit.
Yeah. And
no,
so-
she was
when
like,
you-
what are
when
you
you
going to do to me?
When you were punished like that, I mean,
but that was comedy. That was gold. I mean, you could never do that now. They would cut the whole show, like, and go for the Indian head and the whole, what was that thing called? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know the name of it. But yeah, that
It's just
is
a different
crazy.
time, I think.
Yeah.
It's just a different... She's from completely a different era. Phyllis Diller did 20 minutes of how fat her mother-in-law was.
Right.
20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
It was just fat jokes. It was like...
it was a different time.
Well, you
Different
didn't.
times.
You didn't have social media able to write in immediately, going that was despicable, that was unacceptable.
And to be fair,
But she
look,
wouldn't have
the
cared.
point. Joan said that because she
network
meant
might.
it to be mean and she meant it to be despicable. That was the goal.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's some. I mean, obviously, the comedy's changed a lot, but I watch that in the same way I watch I don't know, like a great painting or something that defined a certain time, where you watch it and think, okay, this wouldn't stand for today, but it is cool to see how monumental she was in comedy, and the fact that she was able to do that is just so badass.
Badass. I completely agree.
Yeah, I always love that Liechtenstein though, where they call Kissinger a pussy. No, wrong timelines. We get what I was going for. All right,
But yeah, she was great. But I watched, I would watch her as a kid, and you'd go, oh, that was wild, oh, that was fun, but then you'd move on with your life. I never stewed on it, like Jesus Christ.
Well, you didn't have anywhere to go with it.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I mean?
it's cool to just go balls to the wall and just have fun, and you don't sense that she was malicious. You sense that she was fun.
She was malicious,
But
though.
it didn't feel that way still.
No,
Even
it
though
didn't.
as mean
It
as she
didn't.
was, it didn't feel mean.
I think
it felt kind of silly.
I think she was crazy looking. That helps. If you look like that,
Harder to be an insult comic if you don't look like Don Rickles
or Jeff
Right.
Ross. Yeah.
I think too, it's I think you can hear she's mastered her voice so much,
Right.
the way she speaks, she's saying this hey, I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you hear people say mean things, and you're like, what are we gonna mean?
Right.
It's why is Keith? Keith gets away with saying the
He gets
worst
away with
shit,
it.
but it's oh yeah, he's a good guy.
There's
when
a
it really
sweetness
matters,
there.
he's a good guy.
It matters when you do that type of comedy that people can sense you're not an actual monster.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with her, it probably helped that she had so much plastic surgery that they're like, well, this person doesn't like herself.
My face has seen more knives than a Benihana. And then Dave Letterman was like, you don't look like the Joan I remember. And she goes, I take that as a compliment.
Wow. Yeah, I think you nailed it. She hates herself too. She's also insecure.
You guys would love there's a lot of drag queens you would love.
Oh,
You love
drag
insult
queens.
comedy.
The ballsiest joke tellers of all time. People are
Lady
Jezelnik
Bunny.
or this guy. Yeah, they're the craziest.
Yeah, Lady Bunny. Have you ever seen Lady Bunny? Would you mind if I do this? Are we taking
Bring
too
it
much
up.
time?
Bring it
Just
up.
type in
What are you
Lady Bunny
talking about?
stand
We're
up.
fucking hanging out. This Thanksgiving dinner, bro.
Oh yeah.
Okay, click on yeah, you can click on the first one if you want to. This is so Lady Bunny. We have pause real quick.
Is Lady Bunny still cooking? Is she still?
Yeah, she's still.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's a DJ. She's been around forever. What she does is she writes all of her own jokes, records her jokes, and then lip syncs her jokes, and then adds a beat in between it. So between each insult, if she's an insult comic, she does a dance.
Oh wow.
So this is warning you now. If you're triggered, you'll be triggered.
I
All
can't
right,
wait.
Listen, folks, if you're triggered.
It's like Bernie Mac. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Okay.
Hi, my name's Lady Bunny, and my preferred pronouns are slutty and sugar tits.
Some are really cheesy, and then some are like the best jokes.
Okay.
See a therapist. I said, I'm not sure if I'm a man or a woman. He said, just pull your pants down. I said, no. He said, you're a woman.
That's clever.
Great.
It's a great joke.
A wise old man once said, my name is Caitlyn Jenner.
Where is this? Is this New York?
Yeah.
Khloe Kardashian is pregnant again? At this point, Caitlyn must have the smallest pussy in the family. Too bad she's also the biggest asshole.
I love it.
A new study has shown that women who sleep better have better sex. Unfortunately, the study was conducted by Bill Cosby.
Ah, that's great.
That's a great joke.
Now there's hashtag MeToo, hashtag Time's Up, and don't forget my movement, hashtag Where's Mine?
I love it.
I love the pull the pants down joke.
At this point, I'd be grateful if a dog humps my
Be grateful for what?
The dog humps my leg.
leg. And who needs hashtags? I've got skin tags.
This is fun.
That's a fucking dad joke, though.
Yeah.
Phone sex, but they make the phones so small these days.
I mean, it's so
I'm having a blast.
Oh, this is real New York.
A
Yes.
black joke and a Mexican joke. You've heard Juan, you've heard Jamal.
Ah, that's a great pun.
It's weird that it's like an offensive dad joke.
Right.
It's like,
Scattered in Disneyland. Also, I don't want to be cremated.
We don't have to. We can.
it's fun. I like it.
I'm
It's
gonna,
funny.
I'm gonna book
that-
her.
That pull your pants to one is a killer.
Yeah.
So is the Cosby one. Shit.
She is
stuff.
I love that is real drag.
Yes.
That's real drag. New York drag, and you'll see Lady Bunny everywhere. And
Yeah.
sometimes I don't know. She
I
usually
like it.
DJs at the Monster in the West Village on every Sunday night. But every time I run into her, I never remember if she's gonna remember me or not remember me. It's because she's so like wild and
Yeah.
wacky. She's a legend. Lady Bunny's a legend. Writes all of her own jokes, does songs, writes all her own songs. She like does song parodies where like once she's she did a duet with Richard Gere's mouse in her ass. So she's like singing a duet with him and like she just like she does long interviews about like political correctness
Right.
and what that means and what like she's really smart, really fascinating and
Has she been gotten in hot water at all? And
well, she did get kicked off Twitter, but then everyone voted to get her back on Twitter.
all
So
right,
we got Lady Bunny back on
Hell
Twitter.
yeah, we need her.
But she's like kind of the perfect example of someone who's like she survived the AIDS pandemic, she survived homophobia, she survived like everything, and she's coming out just still doing her. She's a legend.
This is
Everyone
like
loves her.
fun
love
New
it.
York energy.
Yes. Do you remember Lucky Chang's? Did you ever go there?
Yeah,
It
of
was,
course.
It,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
on First Avenue or Second Avenue.
Lower East Side,
Yeah,
East Village area. Yeah,
it's gone now,
It was
but
a
I
drag
did-
bar. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
like,
I did shows there all the time. Then drag queens would come on after you, and I thought I was edgy. Then they would go on. I was like, Jesus Christ! Like just the
it was
Bianca
cool.
Del Rio, Bob the Drag Queen, Trixie Mattel, great joke
Yes.
writers, really great joke writers.
wow. I love
Yeah.
it. Good stuff. House
funny.
of the Drag.
It's fun, man.
That's also too is like it's fun.
I think that
super
helps
fun.
jokes that walk that line is like a smile, a silliness, like this type of shit where there's me. I mean, it's just showing that you're not a fucking monster. I mean, a lot of it's presentation, like gift
Well, it's
wrap
also
that
intention.
shit. For
Yes.
sure.
What's the intention?
Well,
We've lost that,
Bloggers
though.
never fucking take
Yeah,
intent into
exactly.
account.
I got canceled once. I did that Comedy Cellar show. I have a whole bit about this, but trying to think of how much I can get into without ruining my bit. Who gives a shit?
The news show where you do the news headlines.
This week at the cellar.
This week at the Cellar.
Yeah.
And
On
one of
Comedy
them was
Central.
the subject was Mike Pence, and so I was like, I'm gay, I'll cover that one. And I did a whole joke about how he wants to jail gays, and if they sent us to jail, I'd be like, you want to put me on an island with a bunch of gays? I'll come. We'll just reenact all the musical scenes from Chicago, and and before people put stuff up online. By the way, they gave us a day to write those jokes.
I know, right?
It takes 6 months sometimes for a joke.
Of course.
So I put it on.
And you don't care.
And you
I
don't give a shit
about this.
I was just trying to eat.
Right.
So
right. They paid well.
They gave us the stuff, and I put it on my Twitter, which I don't have anymore. And this gay blogger got wind of it and said Matteo Lane is dangerous to the gay community and promotes gay men going to jail. And I was like, what?
Promotes?
I was like, what? Or supports the gay men going to jail.
Jesus Christ.
I know. It was crazy. And then thousands of tweets like, you monster.
Really?
I hate you. Like, what about Uganda? I was like, what about Uganda? How did we get to Uganda?
I love when they start bringing up separate stuff.
I'm talking about Mike Pence, and also too, the point of the joke was the target audience of Comedy Central at the time was white men to 18 to 35.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'm gay. I'll let them know Mike Pence doesn't like gay people. That was the point of the joke.
Wow.
So the intention of the joke was to tell people about how destructive he could be.
And they spun it.
And they spun it for themselves to say
that's how they get eyeballs.
And they're the good guys. I love that.
They are trying to make their name in a way that's trying to destroy you. Them getting clicks is all they care about.
Right, because they use someone who actually has to put themselves in front of people.
Right.
And then say, But, I mean, it was kind of a good experience in the sense that,
these people never get dragged the way we do.
No.
Who? Drag queens?
No. They get dragged.
Trust me, they get dragged.
The people
these
calling other
blogger
people
types
out,
who are trying to go after you, but you're like, none of your shit is out there. You don't have to deal with any backlash.
No, they're the
all
hero.
of our shit is out there.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get laughs. We're trying to.
But that's
evoke
that's the
humor.
deal.
Well, that's Patrice said. Patrice was like, the jokes you like and the jokes you don't like came from the same place.
Yeah.
Well said.
And I'm not. I've had disagreements. I don't like everyone's jokes.
And they're allowed to dislike it, but when you try to drag us and try to take out of context what we said for your own gain, you're a fucking pig.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit. You're the monster.
You're a pig.
And you're masking as the
and our shit's all
virtuous
out
one.
there, and their shit isn't. And it's not in that way. It's not a fair fight. But at the same measure, we will usually have a bigger following than they do because we earned it by putting that shit out there.
Well, people read, like Keith always says, people see bullshit, and so I think for me, it wasn't a bad experience at the time. It was a nightmare because I hadn't experienced that. I also had no followers. I was just trying to be a comic, and but I got to see what it was like. I got to see what it was like for everyone to hate you and to misconstrue what you say, and
it hurts.
It hurts. But in fairness, I was like, you know what? That's his gig, and how I react to it is. What he says is not my problem. It's how I react to it, which is such a kind of gross thing to say.
Mature, very mature.
So, and now I'm using it as a bit. I'm talking about it on stage, and,
I have a bit about a person who tried to cancel me in 2013 right now. That's hitting pretty hard.
That's when I met you. I met you eating a burrito at the cellar. Or at the Creek in the Cave,
wow.
And you were going through that.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And I came up to you and I said, I'd never met you before, but that's where I first met you. My very vivid memory. And I was like, I'm sorry, what you're going through. And you're like, you were very Sam about it. You're like, sucks. What are you going to do?
Life's a bitch.
They don't get it. And you're just going into this burrito. I was just an open mic.
Some things never change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but at the same time,
Same
it's
way he eats pussy.
fuck the world.
Where's the hot sauce?
No, it happens to you, and it's a good taste. It really is. I mean, it shows you what a lot of people's intentions are, and
because our intention. I get it. Look, I've even had podcasts where we argue with each other and stuff like that. I'm certainly not Mr. PC and don't want to tell anyone what to say, but there's also times when we have to distinguish what a joke is.
Sure.
Because just saying words doesn't make it a joke.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other topic. I think generally speaking, all comics are just trying to make people happy at the end of the day.
Make light of things, dark things. If you have a school shooting joke, I did a joke in a New York comedy club not too long ago, and it was a joke about school shootings, and that's already a dicey topic. And I have this whole bit about how a lot of these guys are incels, they just need to get laid, so that's a whole prostitute bit. And a woman was like, fuck you, you're promoting sex trafficking. And I'm like, promoting? I'm doing a bit about, it's a silly bit about bringing prostitutes into school to fuck the weird kid. And she's like, fuck you. So they're throwing her out, and she's like, suck my dick. I have it all on tape, but I had some good responses, but I was just like, you're so off.
I'm not a government official.
Yeah, like
this
you
is
have
this is
no
how laws
idea
are passed.
what you're talking about, but it was her moment.
To your point, I think people have confused everything to be. Everything used to be different. In other words, a comedian was a comedian and a politician was a politician. Not that you haven't gotten shit before, but now anyone with any kind of platform is viewed equal. And so, in a way, people have confused because of online. We all see the same thing on one app. So whether you're a dog trainer or a politician or a comedian, we view you parallel. It's all on the same plane. So we expect everyone to have the same morals. But in reality, people are upset online. It's like this is at a comedy show. So there is a kind of agreement we make, like a subconscious agreement. We've signed a contract to say, I'm sitting here to listen to some things that could offend me, but under the agreement that it's funny, because we all know what happens when you make a joke and everyone laughs in a comedy club, because you've built up that. You've built up the environment to show that I'm safe and I'm not trying to hurt anybody, right? Which gets cut out and then thrown online.
Exactly.
And people think like I'm at some sort of rally.
Right.
I'm like, I'm at the Ha Ha Hut.
Yes, yes.
Oh my! Literally, that was literally my response to a woman who just yelled out "Free Palestine" in my show, and I go,
that was fascinating.
And I was just like, what? And she goes, I'm trying to make a point. I was like, at the Omaha Funny Bone,
right?
Exactly.
I do love that we're trying to have this hardcore comedy discussion. Mateo's in his Gobble shirt.
I love it.
You're in my he's my sweet potato.
Yeah, we're trying to be fun.
I love
we're
it, dude.
Fun.
Hey, you keep it fun and light. I'm with you, man. I think you have to understand. We talk about intent. We talk about being silly. We talk about anyone who gets really offended at a show. It's not about the joke.
It's something internal.
It's about some other shit that happened to you that day, that week, maybe that you haven't dealt with in therapy. I can't tell you how many people I've dealt with in my life where they're screaming at me. I'm like, this isn't how I communicate.
Yes, yes.
I go to therapy. I've kind of worked on myself. You work on yourself, then come back and we'll have this conversation.
Or don't. I don't want to talk to you.
Or don't work on yourself. I don't give a fuck. Walk in front of a bus. I could give a shit.
I do feel. I don't go quite as dicey in my. You guys really go into subjects, and I really admire it because I don't have the forza. I don't have the strength to go
fun.
into some.
I think it's more boredom.
I think it's more just
talk about cookies,
silliness.
But let's go. Let's talk
I don't
about
think I don't think we're being edgy. I think we're just fucking bored.
Yeah,
and
it's interesting.
Not edgy, but I'm saying is every comic has their different side. You know what I'm trying to say, but it's I've heard gay jokes that I don't like, but I would never think to walk up to someone and say anything to them. I mean, people have asked me about gay jokes, and then I'll if they ask me, I'm saying, well, you've asked me, and I'm guessing that you want my opinion, and I give you my opinion. But generally speaking, I've heard some gay jokes that are great. Like your pride joke, I always go back to the sex is brutal.
That's an old Mark.
That's old. Wow, that's old.
I know,
Yeah,
but that's one of my first memories of you.
Right.
Also, my first memory of you was you got Conan, you ran it at the Creek open mic, and farted on stage. That's my first memory of Mark.
That's my big closer. Yeah. I got the best compliment. There was a gay waiter at the Cellar years ago. He had glasses. He was a short guy. I forgot his name. Darren? I can't remember. But he got fired or something. And his last day, he goes, every comic does gay jokes. They do the gay voice. It drives me crazy. And you never did that. You have gay joke. You never did the gay voice. Hello.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. I never did it. And he was like, that meant a lot to me. And I was like, oh, great. All right. But I never forgot that.
I don't like the making the gay dudes into one guy. I never like that.
I don't like that either.
Or
a black guy or a woman or whatever.
I don't do a black voice. Why am I doing Why am I doing a gay voice? So I was kind of like.
I will say as a gay person, it's very fun to do gay voice.
It's a fun voice.
It's fun.
It's a fun voice. But I was always kind of like, if the joke doesn't stand on the writing, I don't think it's worth doing.
Right.
My joke on gay voice is that it's so funny because in my head I sound like but in real life we just don't know we have gay voice. But and you hear your voice back.
You don't know?
Well, now I know. I listen to my sets every night. You know what I mean? But before that, I was like, I sound like Gaston. I sound like Tony the Tiger. So it's so funny.
Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's your idea of a straight guy. I thought he was going to say like John Wayne. He's like, you know the guy from the Serial?
John Wayne is as gay as a picnic basket.
Really?
Let's get one thing straight.
You don't
the
think so?
costumes, the drag, the horse, the role play.
wasn't
Got
gay.
it. Oh, please. Please.
Howdy, partner.
Yeah. He was always
Settle
eating
up.
beans. Clearly was a bottom.
Wow. You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah, but and gay voice exists in every language too. Like in Italian, you can just hear gay voice.
Oh, really?
Allora che oggi che sono andata nel negozio a comprare qualcosa, non posso credere perché quello ragazzo mi ha detto. I'm like, it's so funny. We all have that voice.
Yeah.
Spanish. Yeah.
Hi, that's fascinating. Why is that? Why does the gayness make you sound a certain way?
Now we're more fun.
Yeah, probably. More fun, more musical, more...
It's also like a mating call a little bit, right? I mean, like, you have a different sound. Well, you have a different sound, so you're attracting, people hear you. And
by the way, my brother's also gay. You would never, stereotypically, in quotations, you just would never know.
Well, Tim Dillon's gay. He doesn't have
that's a
Tim
good
doesn't
point.
have the gay voice.
Well, Tim has, you have to listen to what Tim says, not how he sounds. Because Tim has some of these funny, like, quick, like, that only a gay man could
Talk about sassy. He's got sass.
Tim is really funny. Yeah, but he has that, like, Long Island voice. Like,
Right,
Like,
right.
I work on a truck, you know?
Yeah, he prefers a ferry. But, but yeah.
Yeah, it's funny with gay voice. It is so strange.
Yeah.
I love it. I used to be so ashamed of it. Now I love
No, go with
Embrace it.
it. Yeah, yeah. It's funny.
Do you feel happy right now in life? Because things are going well for you.
I feel.
It's weird that gay used to mean happy.
Isn't
Back
that
in the
funny?
day, yeah.
And it's so ironic because no gays are happy. We're just
Especially not
miserable
New York
creatures.
gays.
No, we're the worst.
New Yorkers are just cranky fucks.
But is there a better place to be gay than New York?
Well,
I mean,
it's
there's
like
so
an
many hot
oxymoron.
guys.
It's
You're
like
right.
you get the hottest guys, but you only see them once for 3 minutes. It's over, and then everyone's rude to each other. But then you have great. I don't know.
Yeah, the bodies, the six packs.
My life is so I have a bit of a like I don't live that life, and I sometimes feel left out. Like I see all these gays and getting up in costumes and going out to parties and doing these like
because
long
how hard
dancing
you
and stuff.
go in comedy.
I'm so I'm just so knee deep into comedy
Me
that
too.
like that and don't get me wrong. I love. If I walk into a club, I feel I'm being judged by my looks. If I walk into the cellar, I know I'm being appreciated by my intellect.
You got that right.
I love the cellar, so I don't ever look back and regret it because I
You don't have to. The problem is we're sick of proving ourselves. We're sick of trying because as a comic, you prove yourself for so many years, and you just walk into the cellar and you're instantly accepted.
Yeah.
You know, you go on these dates and it's like, dazzle me, and you're like, I've been doing it for too fucking long.
It's like being at an open
I'm
mic.
done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm tired. So I think that's kind of why we love the Comedy Cellar and the comedy family. I mean, I think about Steve, who we just lost.
It's just absolutely tragic.
And it's like,
R.I.P. the
it is
king.
weird how hard, like, comedy, he's the head of security at the Comedy Cellar who just passed away. It's weird how hard comedy family deaths hit you. Where you're like, I was thinking about that, I was like, man, I'm really fucking sad.
Yeah.
I see him every time I go to the cellar.
Every
I have a show at the
time.
We
Fat
shake
Black,
hands
and he was the
every
guy.
night. We're silly together. You have that kind of weird, because you have so much time to kill together. So you just have to create this silly relationship.
Yeah, and he was like the antithesis of a bouncer. He was like super intellectual, super well read. He took photos. Did you ever see with his camera?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He was like brilliant guy, and then he's like this
And
giant
warm.
bouncer guy, super warm, super friendly.
He would always say, whenever I wear like a tank top, he's like, Matteo, why are you out here making all of us look bad? Stop it. Just stop it, Matteo. Big hugs. Good to see you. How are you? Yeah, it's really quite. Because sometimes he used to be at McDougal. He's been at Village Underground more recently, but at
Yeah.
McDougal, he loved watching comics sets.
Yes,
And knew our jokes and knew we were working on new stuff. And
Yes.
it was like that kind of stuff I fucking love.
and hated a few guys, by the way,
Yeah.
which also means he was watching.
Which also meant he was a part of the comedy.
Yeah.
He was all, like gossiping.
I got into it with a guy on the sidewalk outside of the cellar. A guy was like, there's just rando weird guys just walking around, and this guy was giving me shit. And I was walking towards the cellar to go to a spot, and I just had enough. I was having a bad day, like your old tenant. And I was like, fuck
probably
you,
passed.
fuck you, bitch. And we started going at it, and this guy would have killed me. Sean Patton walks up. He shows me his knife. Like, if anything goes down, I'll stab this motherfucker.
Sean Patton is just a pirate.
He's a pirate. He's a fat pirate.
You should have a parrot like right here.
Yeah. And I was like kind of backing up, and the guy was like coming towards me. but I knew I had Steve there.
Yeah.
And that's all I needed. Because, like,
my
even if this
God.
guy beat the shit out of me, Steve would just pick him up like this.
Oh my
and
God,
throw him.
they protect us.
They protected us.
I mean,
they literally
we
protect
run our mouths, and
Yeah.
they're the guy like, oh, you got a problem?
Yeah,
Check out this guy.
He got between us, and he was like, get the fuck out of here. And the guy was like, whoa, okay.
There's another cellar bouncer who saw some guy. I got to know with a guy out there because it's madness down there.
It's madness.
And he had a fucking weapon on him, and I was like, hell yeah, dude. Just knowing he had that, you do get cocky.
Yeah.
Not
Big guy.
not a dangerous weapon, but enough.
What are we talking? Pistol?
It was like a
AK-47.
fucking, it was like a nunchuck thing.
black. Oh,
Was he
nunchuck?
Raphael? Nunchuck.
Oh, is that a Ninja Turtle? I didn't know if that was your ex.
Raphael.
Wow, a nunchuck. That's always a weird sign.
That's the one thing I love about the cellar is like, you know, I think we're all lucky enough to be like working there for a long time.
Yeah.
And it really just does feel like a home.
It's very nice.
You get to go in and catch up and, you know.
I'd go in less if it wasn't so fucking fun.
And other clubs are good, but
know.
it doesn't have the same vibe.
No, the
You
cellar
can't
is
chill.
completely different.
I love walking in and seeing how mad Liz is at me every night.
Yeah,
Liz, the
yeah.
manager of the cellar, she's always mad at me. And it
And
just...
Liz is good too because Liz, literally the best summer of my life was June, July, and August of 2020 because I got a new apartment near the cellar, near our home.
Oh, yeah.
And it was kind of a strange time because no one was working. There was no FOMO. Everyone had left New York. And the only people that were there was Jose and Liz. And
Yeah.
so at 12 o'clock they open. I'd go downstairs and I would leave at 8 o'clock. We would grow a
Yeah.
garden. We'd figure out what are we eating for dinner tonight. We hang out in the street like it's the 1970s.
family.
And yeah, and then the next summer when everything came back, me, Liz, and Jose all text each other like, oh, I'm going to miss. That was like such a special time.
Yeah.
We would cook in the cellar kitchen and
What?
make dinner and invite Keith and like set out a table.
Wow.
And then all eat. It was
That's great.
fantastic.
It was weird. That
community.
That FOMO was weird. I mean, I think about that with my ex. Like, we would just cook dinner every night. And it was like, you know, I do miss that weird, like,
Well, nothing
peace,
brings you together like that.
Just movies and
Pajamas
dinner and
and-
pajamas
yeah.
and dessert.
Night with Yamanika.
And not having gigs to go on every weekend. So I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit, we were being together.
Right.
It's like a family.
This is actual togetherness.
Right. Oh, maybe we should take time off.
We're not healthy or happy.
No.
I do feel happy. I remember.
I'm happy too. It was a
Do you,
trip.
do you have, I have one moment. Do you have a moment in your life where you realize the life I'm living is not what I want? I'm missing out on something.
Yes.
Because I
My
was.
whole childhood,
I did.
basically.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm so sorry.
No.
Just your delivery. I was.
It's not DiGiorno.
DiGiorno. Do you know what that means?
No.
Of the day.
Of the dick?
DiGiorno of the day.
Of the day.
Oh, okay.
But I remember I was at in Michigan in the winter. My friend got a cabin, and all my friends went up. My friends I grew up in Chicago, and I love them. But everyone was drinking and just da da da. And I remember laying in bed, really depressed, and I was like, I just don't. That was like 24. I was like, I just don't think this is what I want. And then the second I started doing comedy, I never looked back. Never looked back.
Same here. I would get blackout drunk to hang out with my friends. And I didn't think that was weird because we all just drank so much. We were like degenerate pieces of shit kids. But then when you found comedy, you're like, oh, I have a goal. I have something to work towards. I have a bit to write. I have a show tonight.
And isn't it
Before it was
crazy
just-
to think about where we started and how many people have just peeled off?
I know.
So few
Well, you
left.
have to. Well, yeah.
Well, it
but
wasn't meant for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I think like, man, how many degenerate pieces of shit we drink with now. So
Uh-huh.
we've grown.
But at least we have something in common.
We have something in common,
Yeah, that's
and it's easy. And you find that's the thing. If you're young and you haven't found your group yet, you'll find your group.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll find your people.
And keep looking.
And keep looking. Don't settle for people that you don't connect with because your
Yeah.
people are out there. And if you're thinking about ISIS, that might be for you.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Still a group.
I have
Still
to
a
say,
club.
my gay crew, Bob the Drag Queen, Monet Exchange, my friend Nick, all very similar. Drag queens are very similar to comedians.
Very similar.
Same life, writing jokes, getting on stage, dealing with assholes, something that bonds you with other people in a very specific type of performance.
Yes.
So when I'm with drag queens, like my friends, Bob, Monet, and I feel very much like I'm with comedians.
Yeah, I
Very
get
much
that.
I
like
want to
I'm with
meet
comedians.
these drag queens.
Oh my God.
Let's all go out for an Italian
I would love
dinner.
to.
Great.
Bring us with you and plug dates, man. This has been a
Yes.
killer app. I mean,
Oh my God! Sorry. Yeah, I hope I wasn't long-winded. Oh, there's
No,
my
you were
dates right
killer.
there. We've added a bunch of shows.
Ooh.
the Wise Guys are one of my favorites.
Great club. Sold out. You love to see that sold out.
I know most of my It's
All
very
right, he's at
crazy.
the Pittsburgh Improv in December.
You know what I'm doing? I'm at the
Cincinnati Funny Bone in January.
Stand Up Live, Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, that's
we
a
have
big
like
one.
show left. So if you want to come, that's November 18th and 19th. And then I'm going on a theater tour. Queen Elizabeth Theater, February 9th and 10th. Added our third show. Ace Theater downtown Los Angeles added second show. Neptune Theater added our fourth show.
Hell yeah.
Palace and Fine Arts San Francisco, and then Beacon, New York.
All right. I love Toronto. That's going to be fun. All right. Okay. What day is this, Matt?
God, Mark, your schedule. Aren't you fucking tired?
I'm wiped. I'm
Mark,
shitting blood.
How do you
I don't
look
know
so
my,
good? And this is your schedule.
Black don't crack. Joy Theater in New Orleans, the Wilbur. We got a fourth show at the Wilbur, College Street Music Hall in New Haven, Fillmore in Philly, Helium Buffalo, Cobb's Comedy Club. Always wanted to do it. Zany's in Nashville, the Blue
Love
Note in
Zany's in
Hawaii.
Nashville.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. And yeah, MarkNormanComedy.com for dates. Thank you.
Hey, we got Springfield, Missouri, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Oof. Kansas City, Missouri, Tacoma, Spokane, Oklahoma, makeup date. I'm sorry about that. Then the theater tour starts. New Orleans, Austin, Dallas, Tulsa, St. Louis, Vegas, baby, Vancouver. Just added a late show there. Seattle, Portland, Salt Lake City, All-Star Weekend basketball. I'm hanging that week. Atlantic City, Royal Oak, Minneapolis, Madison, Milwaukee, New Haven, Boston. Added the late show there. We'll hopefully add more there. Miami, Orlando,
Miami.
Jacksonville, Atlanta, Charleston, Durham, Charlottesville, Virginia, D.C., all this shit. Wilkes-Barre, PA,
you
and
gonna be on a bus?
Portchester. Yeah, bro.
Oh really?
Are you really?
Yeah, SamMorril.com/shows. Tour bus, baby. Let's fucking
I
go.
hope
You
Veter's
better
on there.
work.
Oh, little Gary's going to be getting
I
fucking
love
tortured
Gary.
on that bus.
I taught Gary how to make coffee.
Oh, dude, we're going to have a great time. And get Bodega Cat Whiskey, the best whiskey in the business. BodegaCatWhiskey.com.
You got that right.
Subscribe to this podcast. Beer Jew, what do you got going on, man?
Beer Juice still at Say Less NYC on 38th Street. Come check us out. We're rolling out the new fall menus and Paper Plane NYC for all your hospitality consulting needs. Let me help you make your restaurant or bar.
We love it. I mean, shout out to Matt Peters, who's been crushing these studios.
I mean, look at this
this looks
layout.
fantastic.
This is better than my house in New
phenomenal.
Orleans. This is great.
I love it.
I wish you were my
Now is
dad.
Bill Burr waiting outside?
Last time Matteo was here, Burr went long, and Matteo had to leave, and we felt fucking
You
horrible
guys were
about
so
it.
sweet. I was like, Bill Burr can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Well,
I am never going to tell Bill, can you hurry up so I can talk about Mariah? Like, no.
This is a great app.
This is killer app. But in our defense, Bill's like, I'll give you an hour. I can do an hour. And then he wouldn't leave.
Yeah, because you guys are great. He
And
wanted
we'll
to say
fucking,
his
hey,
name.
man, we were grateful to have him. So.
I got
Relax.
it. Thank you so much for having me on the show, you guys.
No, we
really
love
are.
you, man.
Great,
We love
great.
you.
Had
We're
a good
proud of
time.
you.
Love to have you.
And
Thank you.
you're a buddy. I mean, this is a killer app. We might be Drunk Pod. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe everywhere you get this shit.
Yes.
And drink this fucking Bodega Cat. Everyone's loving it. It's
Get
killer.
it.
Follow me on Instagram, Matteo Lane.
Hot, funny, the whole package. It's on there too.
We love you.
In jeans. And get on the Patreon. Get a bodega. Give
love
them
you.
hell.
Ciao.
Comedy.